be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, and make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture.
Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Steelers Nation, how are we doing tonight on this eve of Steelers football? We have Steelers football tomorrow versus the New York Jets.
Oh, the Jets.
The Jets are always
the Jets,
aren't they?
They are the Jets. It doesn't matter what they do, how many helmet changes or uniform changes or head coaching changes.
Or logo changes.
It doesn't matter.
Or quarterback changes.
The Jet, well, by the way, apparently we're facing Geno Smith tomorrow.
Geno Smith's playing tomorrow?
Apparently so.
Okay, cool. You know what? That makes me excited.
All right, we're going to win. Hell yeah.
I mean, we're going to be facing
Hopefully.
most of the ones. I'd imagine Garrett Wilson will play tomorrow. Omar Cooper, first-round pick out of Indiana, will be playing tomorrow, I'd imagine. Hey, let's get the starting defense out there and let's see what they got. Let's see what we can do against Geno Smith. I don't know what the Jets are doing, but the Jets will be the Jets. By the way, shout out, I'll replay
the soundbite here.
Run the ball! There you go.
There we go.
Shout out to Les Mortes in the chat with a 1999. Says, hell yeah, here we go. Here we go. And as you guys can tell by the thumbnail, the title of the stream or video, whatever you guys are watching on any platform, Will Howard will be getting the start tomorrow, which means no Aaron Rodgers, which means no Mason Rudolph.
No veterans. No veteran quarterbacks at that.
No vet quarterbacks. No, sir. We will be getting all of Will Howard and Drew Allar tomorrow versus the Jets. I would imagine Will Howard gets the first half, Drew Allar gets the second half. It just makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. And honestly, that's the right way to go.
This is the exact path we all wanted to see because we don't need to see A-Rod because he's been in the league ever since I was like 4. Let's be honest.
He don't need to play preseason at all.
And Mason Rudolph, I mean, Mike McCarthy said himself, he's seen what he needed to see from Mason, which might right the
That's
end.
an interesting comment. I don't know really how to take it, but I find it interesting that he kind of stated something like that.
Well, let's be real. And listen, I'm one that absolutely appreciates Mason, probably more than the other guy. But we have seen all that we can see from Mason. And he played good last week. But we don't need to see him in preseason because what Mason Rudolph is now is what he will forever be.
Yeah, we know what to expect from Mason. Even when he came back last year, it's like we know what to expect from Mason. The guy's a prototypical solid backup quarterback.
Yes.
What we need to see is the young bucks, the young quarterbacks in Howard and Allar, who both played well last week, and we need to see more of them. And that's what McCarthy basically said out there to the media. He said he's just trying to max out the reps for the young quarterbacks.
That's what it's all about.
They need it.
We got 2 young quarterbacks, which is going to be a little bit of an exciting factor at that position for the first time, and Lord knows how long for the Steelers.
Long time, brother.
Give them all the reps, because ideally in a perfect world for the Steelers, they don't play a single snap, and A-Rod stays healthy all year. So when really are they going to get any playing time? Only in preseason. So as much playing time as they can get, as much playing time as they should play for the Jets, and then obviously last week or next week versus the Buffalo Bills. And yes, Rob, in the chat, I do see the JPJ rumors, ... I'm glad you said that.
JPJ rumors?
Yes, Rob doesn't know.
I have not. I just got home from work. I haven't been on Twitter. I haven't been on social media whatsoever. What's going on?
I found this out maybe 5 to 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so this is like fresh.
This is very fresh. And this is nothing that the Steelers did wrong, at least not yet.
Oh, geez, what happened?
Not yet. I'll pull it up here, because maybe you guys aren't,
Oh, so you had it ready, too.
Oh, I had this ready.
I didn't even know that. All right,
this was a last-minute addition to the setup.
This should be interesting.
This is a report from Jordan Schultz on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Jordan Schultz says Steelers cornerback Joey Porter Jr. is a name multiple teams around the NFL have wondered about as a potential trade target. Per sources, JPJ is in the final year of his rookie contract, and with where the cornerback market is, which is incredibly expensive, teams have wondered if Pittsburgh could ultimately be open to a move with the Pro Bowl caliber corner. Yeah, you can kindly kiss the fattest part of my left ass cheek. Absolutely not. Stay away.
I know Jordan Schultz is a legitimate source out there.
He's very credible.
He has credibility to him. There's no doubt about it.
A ton of credibility. He's broken multiple breaking news.
I don't believe this whatsoever. I don't.
You don't believe teams are calling for JPJ?
Well, no, I believe that teams are going out there and trying to see what his availability is.
Because that's exactly what he's
But
reporting.
what I'm saying is I don't believe the Steelers are going to trade Porter.
Oh, then no, I don't think so either.
That I do not believe. Because they are in pursuit for a Super Bowl championship. I don't think they get it, but nonetheless, that's their pursuit. You can't really do that while having one of your better defenders, one of your better younger cornerbacks out there in the secondary. I just find that to be kind of a mistake on the Steelers' part. I mean, how long have they gone trying to find a true anchor, a true notable name in the secondary?
20 years.
It's been a long time.
20 years.
It's been a revolving door of no names and busts and guys like that just couldn't live up to the pedigree, could not live up to being a valuable starter for this defense in the secondary. Now that you finally have one, a man that has Steelers in his blood, the Porter name, why would Omar Khan trade away one of his draft selections from his first draft class?
I sure as fuck would hope not.
A player that literally fell into the Steelers' lap at number 32 in the second round.
He did.
Thank you, Chicago, by the way.
Shout out to Chase Claypool. Didn't he work out for a team recently?
I don't know. I honestly don't care.
What team did he work out with recently? This is not important to anything, but I just want to give credit where credit is due, because if it wasn't for his clumsy ass, we wouldn't have JPJ right now. We wouldn't be talking about this situation. Anyway.
Teams, I'm sure they're going to reach out. I'm sure. Khan may listen. I mean, like, it may entice him on what a team may be willing to trade. Do I think he pulled the trigger ultimately? No, I don't.
I wouldn't do that. I would give JPJ what you have to pay him market-wise.
You see what the Steelers are doing with this draft class with the guys that they've extended. Nick Herbig, Darnell Washington, Keanu Benton. You don't think they're going to put Porter in that same discussion? You don't think they want to keep Porter around? You don't think that they want to try to establish and go back to their old roots of scouting and drafting players and then developing them to live up to their pedigree where they were selected, and then extending them and keeping them here for basically the majority, if not all of their careers?
Right.
You don't think they want to do that? That's exactly what they're doing. They extended Herbig, they extended Washington, they extended Keanu Benton. Porter's next in line. When that happens, I'm still anticipating before the regular season begins.
I hope you're correct, because I want to get this over and done with.
Yes. I'm sure the Steelers want to just as much.
Well, It's JPJ and Christian Gonzalez. They're playing the cornerback market game very smart. They're just waiting for everybody to get their money first. That way they can use that as leverage so they can pocket as many pennies as they can. I'm not worried about this report. I do believe teams are definitely calling. I don't think the Steelers do anything. I would hope they don't do anything because it's not often you come across a caliber corner like JPJ. Just look at the past 20 years for the Steelers. It just hasn't worked out. Ike Taylor was the last really good homegrown guy we've developed. Everyone else has been scrubs for the most part.
And
our best corner since, I would argue, was Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden and Steven Nelson. They were a solid duo, but they were free agency pickups.
Correct. I'm going to just finish this topic with a famous Tomlin quote. Never say never, but never.
Well, let me add to this. I know that we have Jamel Dean, who I look forward to playing in the black and gold. I know that they selected Dalen Everett, who's looking real good in basically the entire summer, really. I know that they have Asante Samuel, who's been a big winner throughout the whole summer, really. They have quality depth. Guys that can be really fill in there and be established starters, but why would you trade away Porter, go with those guys, and then have your secondary be a bit more bare?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just stack bodies within that secondary. Keep all the guys all together. That's just the way I see it.
I don't think he's getting traded.
Neither do I.
Nor would I. I think he's a great corner. I think he's a good shutdown guy. He's really minimized the penalties from year 1 to now coming into year 4, really. He had a great year 3, in my opinion. I wouldn't trade him. I don't think
trading him just doesn't make sense, just based off what the Steelers have done throughout the offseason with their draft classes, what they plan on doing, as well as what they plan on doing with the O-line next year.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't either. Plus, you look at all the guarantees that they've given to all these extensions, like Washington. His guarantees are very small. Nick Herbig, his guarantees are very small. I think it's barely over $40 million in guarantees. You look at Keanu Benton. I believe it was Alan Saunders of Steelers Now. I think he released that it's only $14 million in guarantees for Benton.
That's cheap.
And that's all in the first year.
That's cheap.
That is
For
dirt cheap.
guarantees, that is cheap.
So where do you think all these guarantees are going? If all these guarantees for the recent extensions are low, where do you think most of the guarantees are going to go?
Probably JPJ.
One of the heaviest markets you got to pay for.
Yeah.
Just makes sense. I didn't think we were going to sit here talking about this topic, but literally 10, 15 minutes ago, this was released and the chat brought it up. So voila, there you go. There you go.
It's one of those I'll believe it when I see it sort of deals.
Jaw 10 says, we have so many corners, Samuel looking like who he is / it or was. Next in line, JPJ is a walking holding call. I just don't know. I know, like, he has the reputation of, oh my God, he's holding penalties, pass interference.
He's a
and all
flag
this.
magnet, yes.
I'm not too worried about it no more. Like year 2, yeah, he had 14 penalties.
Yeah, it was definitely up there.
Last year, he really cut that, I think, mostly in half.
Especially in the second half of the season, if you guys recall. I think he was only penalized like twice throughout basically mid-October
like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
He was penalized twice.
Yeah, essentially. That's it. So
and keep in mind,
he's shown that he can limit the penalties.
Not only in a league full of elite corners, let's look at the division. Jamar Chase alone, bro, best receiver in football. I'm not letting JPJ walk. I'm not trading him away.
No.
T. Higgins can be a 1 on half of the teams in the league. I'm not getting rid of JPJ because, no, I'm just not. Zay Flowers, I mean, it's a different matchup compared to a Higgins or a Chase for JPJ because Flowers is a little more shifty and speedy, but I'm still putting that guy on him.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You put your number 1 corner on their number 1 guy.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, that's football 101 right there.
I think JPJ's instincts and his eye discipline is he can go up against any receiver in the league. That's how I see it. I'm not letting him go.
You drafted Porter for that purpose, so it's like you want to keep a hold of that, and he's lived up to it. So, don't get rid of it.
THFC8 says if Pickens got traded, anybody can be traded. Pickens was mostly traded because of his character issues and his lack of effort on the field. Plus, he just wasn't going to sign an extension with the Steelers anyway. Why would he?
No, I mean, I remember it was after I think it was the Ravens playoff game. Somebody of the Steelers media asked George Pickens, do you feel optimistic? He was like, nah.
Nah.
Why
would he?
He straight up said no.
Tomlin came back. Arthur Smith came back. Why would he?
There was no changes.
That was after our loss in the playoffs to...
I think it was the Ravens.
The Ravens, when Russ started.
Yeah, that was... God. No.
Let's move on.
No.
Let's move on. But no, JPJ is not really an issue like Pickens was. Like JPJ doesn't take plays off. He doesn't go into the locker room or cause a fuss or get into fights with receivers 20 yards down the field. You know what I mean? Like he's not doing that.
No.
He's not doing that. As fun and talented as Pickens was, there's a reason the Steelers traded him.
Yeah.
And it took them forever to finally replace him, but I think we're finally getting there. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We're going to see some of those guys play tomorrow with Will Howard, who will be getting the start. There's actually a poll in the chat for y'all. How many touchdowns will the Steelers offense score under Will Howard versus the Jets? 0, 1, 2, or 3? I'm only gonna max at 3 because Allar got 3 last week. Will Howard could not get us a single touchdown at all. We don't know. He got us 1 last week, which was a very good 2-minute drive for him. Does he double down and get us 1? Does he double that? Does he deliver more? Because he's gonna be playing with the likes of Roman Wilson, Jeremy Bernard, Ben Skoranek. You know, he had a good connection with Brandon Smith last week. He'll be playing with Freiermuth and Darnell Washington. I don't think DK plays. I could be wrong. Same thing with Michael Pittman. I'm not entirely sure.
Apparently, there was an update regarding their injuries. It's very, very minor. DK's fine. Pittman's fine. It's just very minor. It should not affect them when it comes to week 1 versus Atlanta for the regular season. So, in that case, I don't anticipate them playing in the preseason whatsoever. It's just a matter of making sure that they're conditioned and 100% for week 1 because we're going to need them in that game.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Plus, they're veterans, so it's more of like,
get the young guys out there. And that's kind of the principle what McCarthy stated with the media today. Or was it yesterday? Whenever he spoke to the media.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, thank you. When it comes to the later part of the preseason, the young guys need the reps the most.
Well, considering how young our team is, mainly when you consider all the depth we have at the quarterback position, running back position, receiving position, like Roman, Jeremy, young guys. Caden Weegan had a great first game last week. He's someone that's going to continue to have to step up in the receiving room. Same thing with Eli Heidenreich. Is he going to see receiving reps this week?
Right.
I sure hope so.
Exactly.
But all I know is he's probably going to be seeing reps over Caleb Johnson. We'll get into Caleb Johnson shortly.
Yeah, we will.
I wouldn't
You
feel
want to talk about somebody that's probably leaving this team. Probably already has 1 foot out the door.
possibly getting traded. I don't know.
Nice.
You want to talk about trade guys? I think Mason and Caleb could be at the top of the list come the final cuts. Just putting it out there. We still got 2 more games to do before we get to that point, but never too early to talk about it, now, is it?
No.
But Will Howard, what I want to see from him tomorrow is, can he run the offense consistently? Like, he got the first game jitters out the way. He's got those nerves out the way. And even with that, he looked good last week. I was very happy and impressed with what he did, mainly in that second drive where he led to a touchdown in 2-minute offense, where he connected with some significant gains with Ben Skoranek, multiple times with Robert Tonyan, right? He drove us down the field in a 2-minute drive, that's how he's built his entire career, from Kansas State to Ohio State, winning a natty, and now he showcased that clutch gene and that sense of urgency and that ability to get us down the field and move the change, right? He continues to show that capability at the next level. Can he run that consistently? Because I'd imagine he's playing the entire first half. Can he do that on a consistent basis with more significant weapons?
Yeah, I mean, like, seeing what he did, it was specifically a second drive, which was the Lou Nichols touchdown.
Yep.
That was the drive that Howard led for the Steelers offense. What he did on that drive, and it really started with that 4th and inches, which was very gutsy, because you figure normally a team would just go with the quarterback sneak at the first down, but they did a play action. They were gutsy with that. He was able to find Skoranek for a good pass for the first down, and then from that point on, I mean, they were just continuous on that drive. Like, there was a lot of tempo, and Howard was really ramping the offense, trying to get them into formation, communicating with them well, and the passes that he was doing with Tonyan the rest of the drive were really on point. Like, and his ability to get rid of the ball quick, too. The quick release was there, too.
Yeah.
So I want to see if he can be able to continue that and see if he can still showcase some of that, see if he's more consistent in that regard with the Jets game coming up.
Right, because what I saw last week is he was very poised. Right?
And confident there.
Very, a lot of confidence running through his veins last week with his throws, how he would step up and how he'd move around the pocket. He didn't force anything. He didn't really make a lot of bad reads or bad decisions, did he? None of the quarterbacks really did for the most part.
No, not at all.
So for a young guy like him in his first game to do something like that, now he's going to be getting a major opportunity, getting to start with some of the number 1 guys, some of the starters, some of the first team, right? So I'm very excited to see what Will Howard could do in a much more serious capacity, more playing time. mostly, I would imagine, the first half.
Yeah, because last week, of course, Mason started the game there. He had a couple drives there. He was really with the
starters for the most part.
Yeah, the starters for the preseason game, right there.
Starters, quote unquote, minus Pittman, DK.
Yeah, of course. So, like, now that Howard's going to get the opportunity, that brings some more focus and some excitement to seeing how Howard can do with those core of receivers and targets that he's got around him there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is a great opportunity for him because, there is still a quarterback 2 battle.
It's still up there.
I'd give it to Howard, but I don't want to just here you go because you're the young guy. Like, he's still got to earn it. Mason's not playing, so he has all the opportunity in the world to be like, hey.
I mean, this is his big opportunity right here.
Yep.
This is why McCarthy's giving him the nod, giving him the start, because he wants to see what he's capable of, see what he's about. Because like McCarthy said, like, he's seen all he needed to see from Mason. We know what to expect from Mason. We don't exactly know what to expect from Howard. This is his opportunity to connect with the targets that Mason threw to last week.
Yep.
And just his ability to lead the offense and communicate with the offense and just how he is in the pocket, how poised he is, and just his confidence and how it could just spread to the offense in general.
And then that's what we wanted to see, right? We wanted to see Will Howard play with guys that Mason played with. And eventually I want to see Drew Allar play with guys that Will Howard has played with, just to get a good comparison and a good feel of what they can do with better competition against better competition.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, yes, this is all preseason. We can't take too much out of it, and frankly, I still want to pump the brakes on a lot of it. But it's the fact that it's 2 young guys getting their first bit of NFL action and probably their only bit of NFL action all season, if everything goes right in the Steelers' eyes. So it's all about giving them as much playing time as possible, and that's what McCarthy mentioned, is he really wants to max out the opportunity for both Will Howard and Drew Allar.
That's what it's about.
And that's what we should see the next 2 preseason games, versus the Jets and next week versus the Bills. There's no need to see the vet quarterbacks. There's no need. It's like if we still had Ben. Why are you playing Ben in a preseason game? There's no point.
No, not at all.
There's literally 0 point. Drew Allar. It's going to be a bigger opportunity for him because he's playing, I would imagine, the entire second half. And what could also happen that I will find of note, depending if they actually give him the opportunity to do so, is he might actually play with certain talent that Will Howard got to play with last week, or he still might play with certain talent that Will Howard's going to play with this week.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense considering that Howard's going to be throwing to the targets that Mason did. It just kind of makes sense that Allar's going to get the opportunity to connect with the targets that Howard did, and so on and so forth.
Right.
I feel like it just makes sense right there.
For sure. I mean, Drew Allar, I mean, more playing time for him is a good thing because, again, he's probably going to redshirt. He's going to be the 3rd quarterback. He's going to be in every game inactive. And that's the idea with Drew Allar in his rookie season, is you don't want to rush this guy.
No, I mean, like, he's the project. He's basically McCarthy's, how would you call it? McCarthy's
personal project.
Basically, let's put it.
His pet project.
There you go.
His baby boy, whatever you want to term it as.
Yeah.
But he's, regardless, still going to play with mostly the similar targets he had last week, like Max Hurlman, Caden Weegan, Lake McGree, our undrafted free agent tight end from USC, right? Eli Heidenreich. Maybe a little bit of Caleb Johnson. If Caleb Johnson could see more than 5 offensive snaps, I don't know. But he's probably going to play with more so the similar weapons that he got last week, which isn't a bad thing because you still want to see him build that chemistry. That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it is pretty loud there. But yeah, we got Barbara FM with a 199 says, are we going to leave all 4 quarterbacks on the roster after cuts?
I don't know, Rob. Are we? Because you still be in the boat of, hey, we might actually keep all 4, which I don't see a point.
I still don't think it's far-fetched, even with Mason not playing. I still don't think it's far-fetched because McCarthy has been pretty vocal about how he feels about Mason as a person, as a player, as a backup quarterback.
Right.
I don't know, just that comment of like he's seen all he needed to see from Mason. It was just one game. What was it, like 2 or 3 drives?
Well, he also saw him during the summer.
That too.
And in camp.
That's fair. But like nonetheless, McCarthy's given Mason a ton of praise throughout all of summer, really. So it's like, and he's very
trustworthy.
I would say so as a backup quarterback there, but he's a very respectable individual. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he carries himself very professional.
Yes, he's a professional type of football player, an individual at that, and that's something that McCarthy may still want to keep a part of the quarterback room.
Sure.
Just because of like how Mason carries himself and how he is.
Bit of a
leadership
role. Yeah.
Even as a backup.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't find the reason or the point of keeping 4 quarterbacks. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, you're only going to have
I'm not
2.
saying when I say they could keep all 4 quarterbacks, I'm not saying I want them to. I think it's not out the realm of possibility. Like, I'm all for giving the young guys the opportunity and even keeping A-Rod, Howard, and Allar as your 3 quarterbacks, with Allar just redshirting his rookie season in general, and Mason possibly being a trade candidate, depending on how the rest of preseason goes when it comes to other teams possibly looking to upgrade their backup quarterback situation, or, knock on wood, injuries were to happen in a preseason game.
That's what I would just do.
And that could be the...
Run the ball!
Autumn with a 999 says, hey guys, did you see Mason did an interview saying he was jealous how the young quarterbacks are getting set for success with coaching with McCarthy and quarterback coach? Do you guys think that's a shot at Tomlin? Yeah, I do.
No doubt about it, Autumn. Of course.
Well, there's still people out there that think that Mason didn't get a fair opportunity. There's people, I'm not going to go into that topic, but yeah, for someone like Mason, yeah, he would be jealous because he's actually seeing 2 young guys that are actually with an offensive-minded coach and someone that actually has success, not only as an offensive play caller, but even as a quarterback guy in some cases. Not every case, but some cases. Mason never got that.
No.
Mason never got that.
Not at all. I mean, he was very honest about the selection of Mason. Like, he was not a fan of it.
Oh, yeah. Mason and Ben's relationship was never anything of what Mason and Rodgers is.
No.
Like, Mason and Rodgers is like that older coworker you have.
Yes.
That's like 30 years older than you, but you guys always busting your balls. Like, that's their relationship. They're always just
Mason
throwing
and Ben,
jokes at each other.
Mason and Ben never had that. Like, with the selection of Mason, like, Ben had the thought of, like, are they looking to replace me? And, of course, Ben and the ego that he carried, Ben wasn't really eyeing the idea of tutoring the young
let me coach this guy up.
He wasn't eyeing that, no. And that's just the way it was.
So, yeah, perhaps, yeah, Mason is jealous of that. I mean, is that a shot at Tomlin? Maybe a little bit.
But even then, like, Mason's still, a stand-up guy. He's still a very professional, respectable guy out there. He still said, he's rooting for the young guys out there. He's rooting for them tomorrow night.
Right.
So, like, that's just the type of player and the type of person that Mason Rudolph is, and that's something that you would want, even as a backup in the quarterback room.
Right, which could add to your argument that maybe McCarthy keeps him or not. But in regards to Drew Allar, let's talk about Drew Allar a little more because, yeah, he's going to be seeing some more playing time. He might play with some targets that Will Howard got to play with. He might have a bit more of a better line to work with, seeing that he's going to get a little bit earlier playing time. The thing with Allar is I was very impressed with what he did last week. And the thing is, I wasn't expecting him to do anything crazy. I didn't ask for anything crazy because it was all about getting him started. It was all about getting the gears rolling, getting back to the basics, getting the fundamentals down. He over-delivered, in my opinion. He led 3 touchdown drives, and all he did was play 3 drives.
He looked more polished than he ever did in Penn State.
100%. And
I will say that.
McCarthy's influence is already working. It's already far better than what Franklin ever did for Allar.
That's because everything that Allar learned at how many years at Penn State, he literally had to restart everything. He literally had to relearn everything, which is exactly something that Allar need, because what you learned at Penn State obviously wasn't working. Why would you continue building upon that? That's just... You're just waiting for that to collapse. It's like, forget that.
Yeah.
Just scrap everything, relearn everything under McCarthy's system, and then work with that. And you kind of see just what he's learned and what he's done throughout all the summer kind of blend into that week 1 preseason game, show little glimpses of something that has big potential in Drew Allar right there.
Well, you also notice they've barely worked for 4 months.
Yeah. And just already like that.
McCarthy and Allar have barely worked for 4 months, and not once in the preseason game versus the Packers did he look nervous. Not once did he look jittery in the pocket. Not once did he force anything. He made all the easy throws, which, yeah, most of them were little quick slants and little intermediate passes, but that's what you want him to get down. Like, it's not about, it was just a short pass and the receiver did the rest. I don't give a damn about that's how it looked. that's what it's all about for him right now, is getting the easy stuff down.
Yeah, he's getting the passes to his receivers, and the receivers are doing what they need to do.
Right.
Like the passes that he threw were basically on point for the receiver to make the catch.
Yes.
For them to make the grab.
So for a debut for a third-round quarterback that was raw coming out of Penn State, it's all you could ask for. It was, in my opinion, the perfect debut for him because it's all he needed to do. Not do anything fancy.
No,
just get the basics down, work on your mechanics, work on the fundamentals, and just make the easy throws and easy decisions, and that he did. Now, in Game 2 versus the Jets, he's going to be seeing more playing time, arguably with better weapons, arguably with a better line, arguably against better competition. We'll see. But in Week 2, I ain't gonna lie to you, I want to see just a little more from him. Not saying that he didn't do anything bad in Week 1. It's just after Week 1, you expect maybe a little extra in your in Week 2, right? So I want to see a little more from his arm in terms of more middle of the field, maybe a few deep shots, more of him going through his progressions, things like that.
Yeah.
Like a little more what he did last week, just add upon it.
Yeah.
So like last week, you might look at it as, well, all he did was quick little slants, and the receivers did. I want to see more of the middle of the field. I want to see more intermediate passes. I want to see a couple more deep shots. Could Mike McCarthy specifically want to add upon Allar and give him those opportunities?
Mm-hmm.
See what Allar can do in that capacity.
Yeah.
Because you already saw what he did in Week 1. Now he's thinking to himself, let's get to that next level a little bit. Let's see what you can do. You had a great first showing. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's just do more. Let's do a little extra.
Yeah, just add some variety to what Drew Allar brought to the table. Like what he did in Week 1. I kind of see the same principle of what he did last week kind of being showcased tomorrow night. Kind of something similar to what he did last week, but just add a variety, like you said, like going through his progressions, more middle of the field, maybe a deep pass here and there just to show off that rocket of an arm and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit more. I'm not expecting like any wow plays or wow moments or crazy.
Oh my God, look at that dime. I'm not expecting that.
No, but something similar of what you did last week, just building upon and showing just a little bit more.
And you know what's a key word? Consistency.
Yes.
Because although Allar did show a few flashes at Penn State, the consistency wasn't there. It just wasn't. And that could be a fault on coaching. We'll see if he's a little more consistent this week. Consistency is going to be very key for Allar. So if there's one big thing I want to see from Allar this week, it is consistency. What we saw last week was really good. Let's keep seeing it. Let's double down a little bit on pretty much everything. If you want to add a little extra, by all means, I ain't going to complain. I want to see more from you. I want to see how fast your growth can get. Let's double down on last week.
Yeah, because right now, Allar's riding on a lot of momentum just based off his performance. Because I don't think anybody expected that performance whatsoever.
He looked very poised. He looked very composed.
Confident.
Like, again, not once did he look jittered or did he make any bad movements in the pocket.
Or did he panic?
Or that he forced a bad throw or a bad decision. Like, he went through his reads, he went through his progressions, and did all the right things right.
Yeah.
Good.
And right now, he's riding on a lot of momentum. It's just a matter of remaining consistent and seeing if you can carry that into tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's all about building on what you did last week. So that I'm really excited to see for Drew Allar. I really am. The offensive line. Let's talk about the offensive line. Maxi Hanachor will not be playing.
Unfortunately not, no.
I don't know what is with our first round guys getting hurt, but it's really starting to become a yearly thing, and I don't like it. He's not going to play. Maxi Hanachor ain't going to play, which means that our tackles, left tackle Troy Fatanu, right tackle Dylan Cook, will hopefully have a better showing. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to say this is a terrible decision or a terrible swap because it is just the first game. Dylan Cook, I don't think ever played right tackle until last week. Troy Fatanu hasn't played left tackle since his last year in Washington, which was like 3 years ago.
Pretty much.
It's all about getting the rust off. This upcoming game versus the Jets, I definitely want to see better because last week wasn't great.
No, it was definitely a rough performance for both guys. I'm not going to panic. I'm not worried about it, but I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to see a
repeat.
No, I don't want to see a repeat of what we saw last week.
No, thank you.
Because they need to bounce back.
Yeah, Troy Fatanu took away a Lou Nichols initial touchdown on a drive led by Mason Rudolph. Took that away from him.
Not just that, he had 2 penalties.
Yeah, false start as well.
Yeah, just
and then he allowed a sack. Same thing with Dylan Cook. Like they need to look better. Like out of everyone on the offensive line, they need to look better. To the point I'm thinking to myself, I'd give them the entire first half. Like, that might be a little extreme. That might be asking too much, but they need as much playing time at those new spots than anybody on that line because they need to get this down. Like, they are playing important roles for an old quarterback that can't move the way he used to. I'd give them as much playing time as possible. I'd give them the whole first half. That's what I would do.
I don't disagree with that.
I also look at it like Broderick Jones played on the majority of the snaps last week. He played a lot. He played up until, I think, the second half to the end of it. Like, he played a lot of time, which is good to see, what he can do. And he's looking dependable. He's looking healthy, most importantly. He's looking like dependable depth at the moment. So that gives me confidence, like, hey, I can play Fatanu. I can play Dylan Cook as much as I want so they can get their shit together. But we got Broderick Jones on the bench ready to step in whenever. So I'm giving the starters, Fatanu and Cook, as much playing time.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to Broderick Jones, because he played a little bit of the second quarter and the entirety of the second half at that last week, Fatanu's going to remain a left tackle. I don't see them taking him off the field and then putting somebody else there whatsoever. Fatanu's ideally your left tackle. Now, Dylan Cook, granted, he hasn't played right tackle much at the NFL level. If he doesn't bounce back, when do you see the possibility of Broderick kind of filling in that role at right tackle and maybe McCarthy kind of seeing how Broderick does over at the right side considering this Maxi Honshaw injury?
I wasn't thinking that, but I see where you're going with, and I think you're on to something because we don't know when Honshaw is going to get healthy. Is he going to be the week 1 starter at this point? We don't know. If Dylan Cook ain't cutting it out and Dylan Cook's getting cooked on that right side, pun fully intended, by the way.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, McCarthy might think to himself, hey, Broderick, you're up.
Especially if Broderick's, he's remaining healthy, he's building muscle, he's trying to get back to that 310, 315 weight range right there, and he's looking good. Like, I didn't think he really looked out of place or really had any bad reps last week.
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
Yeah, Chat, what do you think? Do you think if Dylan Cook isn't performing the way he should we put Broderick at right tackle at some point, or do you put Fatanu back at right tackle and put Broderick at left?
See, I think
this is all with the Honshaw injury also looming.
And that's an idea that you throw out there, but I feel like with them having Fatanu over at left tackle all summer, I don't think they move him back over. I think their ideal plan is to have Fatanu over at left tackle and just to keep him there. And just the jitters and just the rust, I think that's just all it is for Fatanu. You just got to knock the rust off and just get back into the conditioning and the feel of being over back on the left side again.
Right.
Because they've had him over there all summer. I don't see them moving him over.
Yeah, but it would be like a switch
No,
on.
I see what you mean because he did great last year at right tackle.
Right.
It's just what they've done all summer. I just don't see the switch like right out the gate all of a sudden.
Right. I don't know. It's something you gotta look at because you never know. I mean, that's the positivity of having so many dependable tackles on your roster to the point that they could literally start anywhere if they really needed to. Like, our tackle depth is very stacked this year.
Yeah, just the versatility and just, the reliability of the guys that you have for this year alone.
But let's look at it this way also. If their initial plan doesn't work out, then what the hell? Why even switch it in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, like, hopefully it does pan out. Hopefully it does work in their favor because we're going to need it. A-Rod's going to need it for sure.
Yeah, because keep in mind, this is all being mentioned with Honshaw not playing yet. Like, we haven't seen him in game. We haven't seen him play yet. Before the injury, he was looking very good in camp, but
he hasn't practiced at all toward the tail end of camp.
No, he just did individual drills, or I think towards the tail end of training camp, which is over now, by the way. He didn't even practice at all.
No.
So, does he play at all this preseason? If that's the case, when do you insert him into the starting line?
I don't know.
I'll be interested to see what the tackles do tomorrow because God knows we need them to step up.
They need to bounce back.
And to Rob's point, I'm glad you brought that up. Maybe they do a certain swap at some point into the game if no one's really stepping up. Maybe because they view that as like an emergency option. It's something they want to rush.
No,
maybe they also don't want to jump the gun at.
Do you actually remember, I think it was 2 preseasons ago when Broderick was over at right side and it was the Bills game and Broderick looked really bad there.
He did.
And I think from that point on they put Fatanu in there, which I believe was Fatanu's rookie season.
Yep.
And Broderick didn't see the field again for that preseason game.
Correct.
So if Cook doesn't hold his own, do they do something similar? and have Broderick in there for the rest of the game just to see how he is and see if he can be consistent at that?
Maybe it's something to definitely watch for tomorrow. But we're definitely hoping that Dylan Cook and Fatano have a better showing for sure because the O-line needs it, A-Rod needs it, God damn it, we need it. So I'm rooting for them. Hopefully they can play as much time as possible and they can really get things going. And hopefully last week was nothing more than a fluke and them just getting the rust off.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I am.
Spencer Anderson, Brock Hoffman, as you guys know, are the front runners for the right guard position, the starting right guard position. Anderson didn't look great last week. He'll probably still start out as the initial right guard, and then Brock Hoffman might eventually see some time there. But what I want to see after an impressive debut last week is I want to start seeing Jennings Dunker out of Iowa. I want to see him get more second-team reps this week. So he really saw third-team reps and really closed the game with Drew Allar and company. I want to see him actually get some time protecting Will Howard in the first half. And I want to see that eventually mesh into him protecting Drew Allar for the majority of the second half.
Just like increase your reps there.
Yeah, give him an opportunity. Like McCarthy mentioned, it's all about the young guys, right? Give him an opportunity and give him the chance to really show his case that, hey, maybe I should start. Well, because it's a very winnable battle for Dunker.
I mean, especially his performance last week. And yeah, it was against third stringers, but nonetheless, this is the ideal future right guard, starting right guard for the future. You want to see him perform. You want to see him stand out, and he flashed his ass off. The timing.
I love these new alerts, man.
I
love these new alerts.
We got rough. How do you say this?
Rough Rider, me.
Okay.
Pause. Anyway, he says with a 5, if we get deep into the playoffs, who are you most confident in? If Rodgers goes down, love the show's energy. Who are we most confident if Rodgers goes down? You talking quarterbacks?
Really depends on who the backup is.
In my world, it would be Will Howard. So I would probably answer, yeah, Will Howard.
Yeah.
Who are you most confident in if Rodgers goes down? I would say Will Howard. Yeah, Mason has a little bit of that experience, but I don't think Mason's going to be on the roster that long. Unless, of course, he's a free agent by the time, and Mike McCarthy's like, hey, come on back.
Who knows? By that time, who knows?
Lord knows.
But back to Dunker, yeah, like he flashed last week. Like he stood out well. Like all of his reps were at right guard, of course. But the thing about his game was we know he's a good run blocker. Like he made that well apparent at Iowa. But his pass blocking is what really stood out.
Yeah.
Like he looked like a straight up anchor in pass blocking.
He did. And again, yeah, this is against backups. This is against, third stringers or whatever. This is in preseason, I understand. But it's all about getting them started, right? And, him being more predominantly known as a run blocker because Iowa's running game has been dominant for so many years now. Dunker being a big member of that for the past, 3 years now. He really shined in pass protection. I agree, Rob.
Yes. Now, apparently, according to Antonio Jackson in the chase, his Dunker is banged up right now. So I did some...
Is he?
Yeah, I looked up. Apparently, yeah, according to Nick Faribault right here, he said Dunker has been nursing an injury since Sunday. He was being examined by trainers on Sunday, has not practiced since, and apparently he did miss Wednesday's practice.
Really?
So,
this is new to me.
Apparently, the injury is not known. It's not disclosed on what the injury is, but yeah, he didn't practice Wednesday.
I had no idea. I apologize. This is new to me. Thank you, chat, for the update. I had no idea.
So Dunker, as well as
That sucks.
might not play.
Are you shitting me?
Apparently so.
That sucks.
If that's the case, I mean, like that would suck. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We're already not seeing one rookie offensive lineman now that we may not see Dunker in there, considering the performance he put on last week.
What is with all these O-line injuries?
I don't know. And
why is it our rookies? I ain't gonna lie, that really puts a dumper on my night.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it, yeah.
Well, I hope he gets better soon, man, because we need him back on the field.
And again, just their pursuit, the Steelers' pursuit about injuries, they're just going to monitor it and just take their time with it. If that's the case,
sucks.
If Dunker doesn't play, then just more time for Anderson to try to prove his case to be the starting right guard, or even Brock Hoffman at that.
If
that's the case.
At that case, yeah, I'd start giving Brock Hoffman a little bit more playing time at right guard. Right guard specifically.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But yeah, I didn't know that. So, yeah, Antonio, thanks for the update, man. That really sucks. Darn. Well, hopefully whenever he plays again, he'll be ready to go.
But nonetheless, Dunker, he looked great last week.
He did.
So
he definitely did. There is a new poll in the chat, so I took away the Will Howard one and added Drew Allar. How many touchdowns will Drew Allar lead the offense to? 0, 1, 2, or 3? Does he go 3 for 3 again in a second straight week? Let us know down in the live chat, or give us your personal opinions in the live chat or using the poll. While you guys do that, very quick ad break. I want to give a huge shout and a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video. Huge shout to Prize Picks. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the video. Just a quick timeout. As we know, the NFL season is right around the corner, and to make it interesting, there is no better way to cash in on the action than Prize Picks, a number one sports pick app. In case you didn't know, it is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And to get you started, best of all, Prize Picks is hooking you up with a brand new offer when you play your first $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. Just use the code HMA when signing up. One of my favorite features about Prize Picks is you can pick multiple sports and add it to the exact same lineup. So if you're feeling confident about all the action around the sports world right now, back your picks with real money. With their team picks market, you can pick game winners, spreads, totals on top of the player picks. Just pick more or less on your favorite players' projections. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player is off to a really hot start and you want to cash out on the earnings before the game finishes, Prize Picks gives you the option to do that. So download the Prize Picks app today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total. Just use the code HMA and play your first $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. Link down in the description box below. Huge shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video. All right, there you go. All right, I want to talk about the running backs.
Oh boy.
Chat, oh yeah, by the way, TJ Black, yeah, we did see the Jordan Schultz post, which I'll put up here. And for those that don't know, it's nothing we did wrong, not yet, because I wouldn't do it. Yeah, apparently teams are calling for JPJ. Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, we dived more into it earlier into the live stream. Basically, I don't see the Steelers trading away Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
I don't see it.
No, thank you. Let's move on. We're not doing that.
Yeah, let's talk about the running backs. Let's talk about Caleb Johnson, who played one drive last week.
Yeah,
with the offense, which was Allar's first drive with the offense. He saw 2 carries for what, a yard or 2?
If you want actual stat,
sure. You know, I'll throw it up there.
Well, hold on. I don't have this propped up, so not the Jets, the Packers.
Yeah, you got the wrong team.
There we go.
I mean, A-Rod played for both teams, so.
Yeah, no duh.
Caleb Johnson's stats. Let's see here.
Caleb Johnson last week, because I don't have it off the top of my head.
Because I remember the first 2 plays were carries by Caleb Johnson.
2 carries, 3 yards. And he played 5 snaps. Keep in mind, 5.
That's it. 5 snaps. And then, we didn't see him a part of the offense. As a matter of fact, earlier in the game, the starting running back was Travis Homer.
Yes.
And then Lou Nichols.
By the way, shout out to Won't You Be My Neighbor with the $2 double bird says, let's beat the Jets, neighbors. Yes. I do believe the Steelers will confidently win tomorrow, by the way. I know it's preseason, don't really matter, but, I mean, the Jets are just trash. You know what I mean? I don't even know most of their depth, but it can't be great. And their starters aren't even that great. You expect me to believe in their depth against our depth? We're one of the most stacked teams in the league.
Honestly, genuine question. Who's the Jets' backup quarterback?
Brady Cook.
Are you kidding? Oh, God.
Cade Klubnik. And, y'all might remember this, Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi threw 2 interceptions last week. Keep in mind, he beat us on Thursday Night Football in 2023.
I have PTSD from that game, dude.
Me too.
I took off for that game.
We'll see him tomorrow. We'll see him tomorrow.
Great.
We'll see him tomorrow.
Hopefully, John Davis gets to sack him twice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, Caleb Johnson. Yeah, my man saw only 5 offensive snaps. And if you're wondering, is he going to be a resource on special teams? The answer is no, because he only saw 3 special team snaps.
So we're talking 8 total snaps.
We're talking a guy that in a fucking preseason game where all game he could have played special teams. No problem. He only saw 3 snaps.
That's it.
It's over. This guy's gone. Caleb Johnson is gone. I don't even care what he does tomorrow. I don't think it's going to save him because we have Jalen Warren, we have Rico Dowdle, 2 guys that can get you 1,000 yards any year with a competent offensive coordinator, not named Arthur Smith. We have Lou Nichols, who is in the running for a running back 3 alongside Travis Homer, who, like Rob stated just 27 seconds ago, started the game last week.
To which both of those guys can run out the backfield. Nichols more so than Homer, but can also catch out the backfield and has special teams value.
Yeah, and Eli Heidenreich. And according to Alex Kazor of Steelers Depot, I believe, what was it, the 16th? I think he tweeted on the 16th.
The Sunday's practice.
Caleb Johnson was the last running back to get carries in the running back run period.
I did see that.
Yeah, this guy's done. So I don't know what he does tomorrow.
Because I remember after the Packers game, we were kind of on the brink of like, all right, let's see how he does for week 2. Does he get more playing time? After seeing
I'm not even getting him to week 2, dude.
Do we see him at all?
Yes, we are.
All right, are you sure?
But I don't know how much. So he might see an increase in playing time.
He'll get 2 drives.
But
He'll get 2 drives.
I'll be real with you.
Watch it happen.
I'll be real with you, man. He might, it just might be like last week, where I don't know if Warren or Dowdle are gonna play, but I'd imagine Travis Homer and Lou Nichols are going to split carries with Will Howard commanding at quarterback, and then we'll see Eli Heidenreich, and then we'll see a little bit of Caleb Johnson. That's it.
I don't know, man.
I will be oddly curious to see how much he plays, but I don't think it's going to save him because I think a lot of us are in agreement. Travis Homer can do a lot more than he does on special teams because he's going to be that protector, that new killer bro, essentially. And Lou Nichols is just faster. He's just got some burst to him. He is such a strong runner. He was really the star of a run game that wasn't existing last week. Lou Nichols is just
a feisty running back.
Yeah, he's got this energy to him. It's like, yeah, take the football and run someone over. That's what he does. Caleb Johnson's like, yeah, take the football. It's been 3 seconds. You're not 2 yards up the field yet.
No.
And this is a guy I wanted out of Iowa.
A lot of us did.
But clearly he just hasn't caught up to the NFL speed.
No, not yet. It might not just happen in the Steelers uniform. Maybe he's just better off with another team, wherever that is. I mean, like, that's yet to be determined.
Chat, how do you feel about Caleb Johnson? Do you think there's any save in this guy? Trade him to Cincy for Burrow?
That ain't happening.
Steelers are plus 105 tomorrow. I gotta. I'm not.
For the
you know what?
No.
It's a preseason game.
No. Save it for the regular.
It's a preseason
Save it for the
game.
regular. It's not worth it.
If you gamble on a preseason game, call the number.
As you were just about to pick up the phone like it's a Green Goblin mask.
But I held my own.
Yeah, you did. You resisted. So good for you. Good for you. Caleb Johnson, dude, I don't know. How much playing time he gets, I have no idea.
Well, Steel Kingdom in chat says Caleb was only drafted because of Arthur Smith. Yeah. He didn't even use him.
No, he didn't.
No, he used Jonnu Smith more as running back 3. Remember that?
I do. Yeah, Jonnu got a rushing touchdown against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I remember.
Monday Night Football.
Dry in the chat says Jeremy Bernard is a dog. He is. He had a great first quarter. And now he'll be seeing playing time with Will Howard. That is good. That excites me.
Yeah, that does for sure, brother.
Like, I cannot wait for tomorrow's game because of the 2 young quarterbacks, but also the connection they could have with a younger receiving core.
Yeah, and just seeing the performance that Bernard did in both the slot and outside of that. He didn't play in one primary location. Like, they moved him around along the offense right there.
Right.
He played outside, he played slot, and all of his catches, 4 catches, 51 yards, came in the first quarter. And you just see how quick he is off the line of scrimmage, his separation, even his ability to shed off tackles. Like, he made 2 defenders miss for a gain of 25.
He made a career in Alabama off of yak.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's the Bama bully.
Yak and strong hands is the definition of Jeremy Bernard.
And he showcased that just in the first quarter alone. Almost had a touchdown, he just couldn't get that other foot in.
I would love to see a Jeremy Bernard touchdown tomorrow, man.
I think that'd be great.
Not going to hold you. Roman Wilson. Let's talk about Roman Wilson a little bit because, yeah, he saw some first-team reps last week. Didn't really see much targets. I'm hoping he sees a little more targets because we hear good things about him in camp, but it's not like he's getting the targets. Like, it doesn't equate to the targets or the opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, by default, he's going to be getting first-team reps because who else is going to be out there? But, man, you know, I want to see him get the targets where maybe he can give us a little shine, give us a little more, like, oomph, or maybe even like a little bit of a wow moment. You know what I mean? Like, showcase that speed, maybe a little yak ability. Send him up the middle. Let's see what he can do. I'm hoping he gets those chances because I really want him to work out. And from what we keep hearing, and this is a good fit for him because it is, I'm hoping he shines in these next couple preseason games.
Yeah, because, I mean, one of the things that was always talked about with Roman throughout the summer was he's really standing out in the slot. And when it comes to wide receiver 3, the battle there between him and Bernard, Wilson was looking like the front runner right there because of just how well he's connecting with A-Rod and just how well he's doing as far as his separation. And he's finally grown this confidence in himself and really let himself be out there and just doing what he needs to do in camp. Just didn't showcase that a lot when it came to the Packers game last week, but hopefully he showcases a bit more than in this Jets game right here because he kind of needs it.
For sure. And again, working with a guy like Will Howard, it's that there's an excitement factor because you just don't know what could happen. But you're hoping for the best, and you're hoping that everybody shines together, right?
And looking at the receivers, of course, it's going to be Bernard, Roman. I would imagine Skoranek would start outside, maybe alongside Bernard, and maybe they have Wilson primarily in the slot right there.
That's what I would do.
Because I think Wilson just suits better in the slot. Can he work outside? Yeah, I think he kind of already indicated he can work out there, but he's just better off suited in the slot.
Bernard's that guy.
Yeah.
Bernard's that guy.
Yeah, Bernard showcased, like, he can work outside, and he made plays as an outside wide receiver. Roman, where he needs to flash, is the slot. You put him there. I feel like that's where he can be more explosive and get the separation that he needs.
That's why it worked out for him a lot in Michigan, where he got double-digit 12 touchdowns.
That's right.
I mean, Wilson is primarily only going to be a slot weapon, in my opinion. Bernard, he can play outside, but he can be such a mismatch in the slot, which is where I think a lot of his slot time is going to come in the regular season, where it just makes sense, where you know they're drawing up a play to get him the ball, where you just know there's going to be a difficult mismatch for the defensive back around him, right? Mm-hmm. That's what makes sense. So we'll see if that comes to fruition in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, for Roman, I'm sure he's going to play a lot of slot time, and I'm really hoping he can really make some plays because there were a lot of receivers that made plays last week. Roman Wilson, not one of them. I'm hoping he can really turn on the Jets a little bit.
I mean, he made a good sideline catch right there, but that was basically it for Roman.
Yeah. We just need to see just a little more from him, right? Let's see what the chat's saying. Antonio Jackson says, do you guys think something happened behind the scenes with Johnson, or is it just that he's a choice from the previous staff and not a fit for this one? I think it's exactly that. He was a choice from the previous staff, Arthur Smith mostly, and clearly he just doesn't fit in what McCarthy has going for him. Doesn't make sense.
No, I mean, like, sometimes that happens when it comes to these players. It's just not a good fit. And honestly, he just might be better off some other team because of how crowded the running back room is right now.
I keep hearing people mention, oh, maybe they should trade him for like a day 3 pick to Seattle. By all means, it probably works out for him better in Seattle.
It just might, honestly. Isn't there a rookie running back dealing with an injury?
I think so.
So it's like, I mean, it kind of just makes sense right here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And they're very run heavy.
Yeah,
in general.
Have him work with Charbonnet and all them, and then I think it would be better for him.
Yeah. It'd be good depth. It'd be a good opportunity right there. A second chance for Caleb just to see, what he can do there.
Right.
Seattle could honestly be a very good fit for Caleb.
But even still, I think he'd be, in a deep room because, like you said, they got their rookie running back, Price, who they drafted at the end of the first round.
Yeah.
They got Charbonnet, who is a goal line back for the most part. Where the hell is he going to fit? Unless they legitimately run a heavy committee.
Which they could do.
I don't know. I don't look at Caleb's future and think, hey, he's got something here. Not with us, at least.
It's not looking like it, no.
No.
It is not.
Caleb Johnson is still listed at 3rd on the running back chart, though. Weird. Yeah, he is listed at 3rd on the running back chart, but he was literally like the last running back to see carries last week.
Yep.
Maybe second to last, behind Heidenreich, but we'll see if that changes this week. I don't know, man. How's the chat looking? Flacco will what? What about Flacco? Flacco will murder us? What about Flacco? What do you mean? What do you mean? Fuck Joe Flacco.
I don't know what that comment's about, but okay.
Let's see. Dolph 412 says I'm low-key worried for Howard. Like if he don't ball tomorrow, he cannot make the roster. What do y'all think, though? That's a good way to look at it because it's not like he's locked, right? I mean, the only lock outside of A-Rod at the quarterback room is Allar. Because McCarthy's not, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of Allar.
Yeah, I don't think he's a lock. So, yeah, you're right. If he doesn't look good, then does McCarthy have patience with him? Does he feel confident enough to make him the primary backup? These are things that, you just got to think about. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but, it's one of those what ifs.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. And I'm hoping Will Howard can really just continue to build on what he did last week and say, hey, I can be the trusted guy if need be.
Yeah. I mean, he just carries that confidence and that presence to himself. Just he's got that work ethic in him.
He does. And, he mentioned, after McCarthy mentioned that he was getting the start, he was going to be getting the first bit of runs at the quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will Howard was asked by someone in Steelers media, I'm not exactly sure who, but it was a video posted by Mark Caboli on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And, Will Howard's talking about how he's excited for the opportunity. He's trying to prove to the coaches, the league, himself, that he can play at the next level, right? And then someone asked about the possibility of him and Allar battling against one another. Will Howard simply said, it's me versus me every day. Bro, I love that answer.
Straight up.
Because
straight up.
That speaks grit out of everything else regarding Howard and his character.
He's just trying to better himself. Like he's really trying to sharpen his skills and make sure that any mistake he may do, he's going to learn from it and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, he's all about bettering himself, right? It's just, you can never get too good.
I mean, he's the one that took a chance on himself to transfer to Ohio State, and just what he did in that season alone just showcased a lot of promise.
Right.
He's also the same guy that during the draft process, he said himself, like, every other team that picks a quarterback before me, I'm going to make sure that they regret not picking me.
Right.
He just carries that attitude and that confidence in him that he believes in himself, but he's always willing to work on himself at the same time.
Right.
That's what you want.
Exactly.
Especially in a young guy like that. Like that work ethic is just something that you strive for,
well,
that you support.
It's something you want in the locker room.
Of course.
It's that shit's contagious. That's something you want from a young quarterback, right? Let me see. John Bruce says many Steelers fans thought they could plug Caleb in, and he's better than Najee day one. He was even better than Najee coming out of college.
No, Najee was something coming out of Bama. Which, by the way, Najee's a giant, by the way.
I know.
I don't know if you saw that.
I'm happy for him. Man,
he goes from one Harbaugh to the next.
Najee is another player I appreciate, probably more than most. But, yeah, shout out to Najee. I'm hoping he
dealt with
finds
some bad O-line play, bad quarterback play, bad OC play calling. How many times? And that man still managed to get 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
Sure did.
I don't know how he did it.
When you look at the optics of it, it's very impressive.
I don't know how he did it, but the man did. Was he the most flashy back? Of course not. But was he reliable? Damn freaking right.
He's also one of those guys that's like, man, if he would have played like 20 years ago, he would have been the perfect guy in that league. One of those guys that's like you always hear about like Cordell Stewart, he played way ahead of his time, right? Because God, if Cordell played today, he'd fit right in. Najee, if he played 20 years ago, he'd fit right in. Like he's just way past where he should have played.
Yep.
Right. But even still, Najee, I appreciate him. So shout out to Najee. Chrome Drifter says hard to say with Caleb Johnson. I seen the picture after the Packers game with all the Iowa players on both teams. The only one missing from that picture was Johnson. Maybe he's an asshole, to be honest. I don't know. I did see the one the Steelers posted about Penn State. I didn't see the one about Iowa, but that's interesting. I don't know.
I
didn't know that.
I mean, like Steelers love their Iowa Hawkeyes. How many of them they got on the team right now?
A lot.
Yeah.
They're about to be one less in a couple weeks. Valaford says Rome Will might be the secret weapon on offense, and Peyton Wilson might be the secret weapon on defense. Peyton Wilson, if he can take that next leap, that takes our defense to a whole new level. Like y'all y'all don't understand like how much him and his athleticism, if he takes that next jump, that middle of the defense is sealed, it's fixed, and then we can trust his coverage ability. We can trust him in the run defense. Like, we're talking like an electric playmaker at the middle of the front.
Yeah, under Patrick Graham's scheme, just considering his resume of what he did for how many years with the Raiders, with far less talent at that, it's just very promising.
Yeah, Black and Gold says the Giants released Juju so they could hire Najee. Third Najee. Yes, third Najee. Second and Najee. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird tweet to see. Steelers or the Giants have signed running back Najee Harris and have released wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. I was like, wow, this is kind of like Steelers on Steelers crime here. This is weird.
Well, that's John Harbaugh. Like he's trying to conduct business.
Would y'all welcome Juju back? I'm not going to harbor on this topic too much, but would y'all welcome Juju back for depth? Clearly, he's not going to be asked to be the one like he was in 2019. Those days are way past him.
All right, here we go.
Shout out to the Unfadable or Unfadables for subbing. Thanks, boss.
Unfadables, thank you.
No, yeah, I think he understands his role now. Like as a depth piece.
As a good wide receiver 4 or 5 piece, I think it'd be fine.
I wouldn't hate it. I just think our receiving room is crowded with too many young guys.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys already know the names. DK, Pittman, Bernard, Roman, Weegan, Skowronek. I mean, that's already 6 receivers.
Dry says, who's a random player that you think will have a big day? Devon Boykin, Dalen Everett? Devon Boykin had a couple good PBUs on one drive.
Yeah, he did.
Dalen Everett had a pretty solid showing in his debut. I was impressed by Asante Samuel Jr., Robert Spears-Jennings.
Danico Slaughter in there, too.
Y.A. Black, Gabriel Rubio played good at the nose.
He played really good at the nose.
Jamin Davis played really great last week. Carson Bruner, looking like a demon on special teams all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, you also look at it this week. Jamel Dean will probably play a couple snaps. Could we see Jaquan Brisker this week? That'd be cool. Brandon Eccles still might be out because of his injury, which means more playing time for Danico Slaughter, Dalen Everett, Asante Samuel.
Another opportunity for the young guys there, yep.
Who I think could have a big day tomorrow? I do really want to see Devon Boykin continue to show out because he's one of the few undrafted free agents that I think has a strong chance to stay around. Not make the 53 because our safety room's too stacked, but stick around.
Yeah, just be that body on the practice squad for like emergency purposes, like if an injury were to happen or if you just
elevate him on game day.
Him and whatnot. But
keep him around. Maybe he'll make the roster some other time.
But just extra depth at the same time for secondary, and just his versatility and special teams ability is just very promising.
Yeah,
just a guy that you can put on the special team or practice squad and just develop him right there.
Well, he can play anywhere on defense too. I mean, he's like a X factor, or not an X factor, but like a what the hell is that word? It's the Ramsey's gonna play that role.
Star role?
Yes,
star role. Yeah,
he can play. He can be like a star guy where he can play anywhere.
Yeah, it's all about the development, just what Boykin can do. But Boykin had a good performance last week.
Yeah, I was very happy to see him show out. Same thing with Asante Samuel.
I think Robert Spears-Jennings could have a good game tomorrow night.
Legion of Steel, is Will Howard going to make the roster? Yes. In my opinion, yes, he will.
I do feel he will make the team, yes.
Roman was playing on the outside last week, not the slot. That's probably why his targets were down. That's a good point, Antonio. Yeah. So I'm hoping that they can adjust and be like, all right, we're going to put you in the slot, and then we're actually going to give you some opportunities. Fingers crossed.
That's where they should put Roman.
That's where they should have put him all along. That was impossible last year because Arthur Smith doesn't know what 11 personnel is.
And now Ohio State's got to deal with that.
Yeah. They will use Roman for the outside because they can put DK in the slot for mismatch opportunities. I could see it. He won't. I don't think DK will do it often. I think it's an unbelievable mismatch. Some of his best plays last year came in the slot.
Yeah, that touchdown versus the Vikings, he was put in the slot right there.
Yeah.
And McCarthy indicated that DK is a guy that could. What was the phrase he said? He said like he can change games and whatnot. He could be an X factor in games. Well, he said something along the lines.
Well,
there.
if that's the case, I don't want Roman seeing mostly outside reps just because so we can put DK in the slot. Then that makes it very predictable. Because if Roman's going to play outside because DK's seeing some slot time, Roman's got to make some plays outside.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when teams see Roman outside and DK in the slot, they already know where the ball's going.
Yeah, it's like, Roman
make
it
too predictable.
No, you can't.
Yeah, they just know that Roman's out there to be decoy so DK can get the ball. You can't do that.
No.
Teams are going to eye that up immediately on the film. Roman's got to make plays on the outside if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, and hopefully he does tomorrow, but he just fits so much better as a slot weapon.
Right. I don't think the fit or change of front office has anything to do with Caleb's lack of success. I kind of just think he sucks.
Says Dry.
He's very slow. He is slower than thick pancake mix.
He moves like a turtle.
He's slower than a turtle going through fucking mud. I mean, you know what I mean? He's slower than Landry Jones. And my man had no wheels. Those tires were flat.
He might be slower than Phillip Rivers.
I think his 40 time might have lied to him.
Someone must have gotten the time wrong.
Which
is weird because he didn't seem that slow at Iowa when you look at the tape.
Well, yeah, that's college speed, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is the NFL speed.
Yeah,
clearly.
you know what? That's fair point. Fair point.
And again, this is the guy I vouched for. I wanted Caleb Johnson at that time. By the way, for those that might not know, when we were live during that, I don't know, this just came to mind. This might be the reason he's failed. I don't know. Maybe we jinxed him. When we were live for that night 2 of the draft where he was selected, right before the selection was made, our stream went dead. We ran into some fucking computer issues, and we went down for like 2 minutes.
Yep. We were off the air for a little bit.
I don't know if the internet or some sort of software was telling us something, but it's like the second he was about to be selected, something went wrong with our PC.
Yeah, it was like some sort of like red herring, some sort of warning right there.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
this ain't gonna do good.
Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some weird coincidence.
We were still able to record the reaction, but we got back on here live after the selection was made.
I'm just saying, bro. It's a weird circumstance.
I don't know.
How many completions in the middle of the field will we have? I say we get 6 tomorrow. In the first half.
Okay. All right.
I'll keep track. Well, we got to keep a tracker now. Zach Nicky says Lou Nichols might make the team. By all means. He had a good preseason last year, and he's really stuck around, picking up right where he left off.
Pretty much.
Last week felt like a Travis and Lou battle than anything. Yes, it did. And it's really up to those two to make their running back 3. You know what I mean? How many running backs do they keep?
We got to count Riley Nowakowski at that too, because he's listed as a fullback.
Yeah,
So that'd be 4. 3 running backs, 1 fullback.
Correct.
So 4.
Do they keep 5? Do they keep 4 running backs? Do they keep Heidenreich on the roster?
I don't know.
I think his future's too good. You might want to.
Yeah, because I feel like because of the upside that he brings, especially as a receiving back.
Well, that's what I said. Like, I want him to play receiver tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they might do that. Like that's a possibility.
I just want to see him get more of an opportunity.
But considering that they use draft capital on him, like you run the risk of cutting him not making the initial 53, cutting him, and then him being picked off waivers.
Exactly.
That I don't know if you run the risk with one of your draft selections. Well, the free agent running back is just like, okay, whatever, that's natural.
Hate saying this the way it's going. It would not shock me if they cut Howard, says Zach Nicky. Anything?
It really depends on Howard's performance.
He's not a lock.
It really depends on how Howard does for the first half of tomorrow's game.
Right. I wish we could have drafted DA's running backs at Penn. Mount Washington in the red zone is going to be a beast at fullback. Yeah, I did see, dude. They ran. Didn't they run him at fullback and now Nowakowski at tight end at one of these periods at camp?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah, they experimented that a couple times.
I need to see that in at goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's dirty.
Yeah, it is. Imagine big man Washington at fullback. You gonna truck that guy?
No.
No. That man's gonna truck you. And him line up at fullback, him trucking the guy could literally make the whole D line fall.
That would be the perfect formation to run against the Bengals because they got Sexy Dexy over there.
Yeah.
If you want one guy blocking him with a combo,
I think you
go up the middle.
You just threw it out there. I think we already know what their game plan is going to be against Cincinnati.
Oh yeah,
it's going to have to be.
Y'all see what Joe Burrow said and how he doesn't like this year, next year, this year. He's
Wait, what?
got a sense of urgency now.
No.
Yeah, so
What did Burrow say?
let me type it. Let me see. Yeah.
What?
Joe Burrow winning a Super Bowl. I'm trying to put it out into the world. I'm trying to manifest it. You can keep pushing it down the road or you can talk about it now. I'm tired of saying next year. This is it.
You're not winning the Super Bowl.
Not with Zach Taylor. Not with the exact same coaching staff that you had last year. And believe me, as a fan of a team that kept the exact same coaching staff for way too long.
They're running a play out of the Steelers playbook. You think that's going to work?
No, it's not.
Come on. But by all means, continue. Go ahead.
Hey, if you want to do that, by all means.
Go ahead. I will say they added some pieces to that defense. Am I worried? No, I'm not.
No. Hakuna Matata. Sio Miedo. If Fatanu has another bad game, is it time to start worrying? He was terrible last week. Yes and no. Yes and no. I say yes because you don't want to see 2 straight bad performances from anybody. That's just not good, let alone in preseason.
No.
I also say no because I'm also trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and thinking, okay, he's moved back at left. He hasn't played that in a while. It's kind of like getting back into the thick of things. You know what I mean? So it's like a yes and no situation. It's like you try to give him, some time, but it's also like now you're a little bit more on edge. It's like, okay, we've seen this 2 weeks in a row now. Next week, if we don't see any improvement, now I'm gonna get I think if he has a bad performance tomorrow, if Fatanu has another bad performance in week 3 versus the Bills, then you can be worried.
Yeah, because if he plays bad tomorrow, it would be on like a meter, right? It'd be like on the verge of like going that direction of like, okay, Fatanu, like what are we doing here? And then, like you stated, like if it's 3 weeks straight, it's like, okay, like you're going to be the day one starting left tackle now?
Well, it's like we mentioned. At that point, do you consider putting Broderick in there? Do you consider putting Fatanu at right tackle, moving him back and putting Broderick at left, depending on Dylan Cook's performance? Or do you just go back to what worked at the end of last season and move Cook and Fatanu back over where they were until Ihancho gets ready?
I mean, it's...
But then to put Fatanu back over to left, I don't know.
I mean, like we see what they're experimenting, and I'm hoping that this experiment does work. It's just a matter of like how they perform tomorrow. There's no doubt that they have to bounce back Fatanu and Cook at that.
Yeah, Walrus 90 says Cook is a better left tackle. Could be a problem.
He just seemed natural over there.
Well, he never played right tackle, so
I don't know. Cook may just need more time over there.
I hope so. I hope that's all it is. You know what I mean? Twins, are we going through the roster to guess our 53? I think we'll do that in next coming weeks. Perhaps we'll do that next week. If not next week, we'll do that immediately after the Bills game.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
It still might be a little early to tell. I still want to see certain participation from a couple guys, like at running back or at corner or at safety or at quarterback. You know what I mean? I want to see certain participation and kind of get a better understanding of what these guys' roles are going to be. You know what I mean? Say which one about Juju. He put it on the line every time he took the field. I'll give it to Juju, yeah. I think I've grown an appreciation for him since he's left. But he was definitely a little overhyped.
Oh, we all hyped him up big time.
Howard is odd man out. He has to prove himself against the Jets once. Yes, he does. Against the Jets, number 1 for sure.
I like to say that's not hard to do, but it's definitely up to Howard to really make his case.
El Mata 13 says, I'm pretty sure fullback's listed with tight end, so now Koski would take a tight end spot. No, not a running back spot.
Really?
Well, it depends how you look at it, because he's listed as only a fullback.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, he could be listed as either.
Well, I'm trying to think back to Rosie Nix. Wasn't he listed a part of the running back group? Like he was a fullback? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
So I figure they kind of do something similar.
Well, I also look at, let's look at it this way. I guess no matter what, you're either keeping 4 running backs or 4 tight ends, depending on how you want to blanket it, because I'm starting to think Robert Tonyan makes the tight end 3 spot.
Especially if he continues on his performance, because he did great against Packers.
But now Koski's going to be in every game guy. Like, he's not going to be inactive. He's going to be your fullback for the most part.
Yeah.
Occasionally, we'll get Darnell in there for obvious reasons, but now Koski, who looked real good last week, is going to be an every game guy.
Yeah.
Like, get used to him. Get used to the name because we're going to see him often.
Let's see, because they had 4 tight ends last year, Tomlin and Smith.
Well, that was Arthur Smith.
That was Arthur Smith.
How often are we going to run 13 personnel? Which is a
very,
free tight end
very,
set.
very rarely. Very rarely, I would imagine.
All right, here we go.
Rosebuds, thanks for subbing. Shout out to the Rosebuds. The only problem with Juju was the logo dance before games and getting them pissed so they play their heart out. Yeah, remember that Bengals game where Ryan Finley beat us? Monday Night Football.
2020 was, yeah.
Yeah, what was his nuts? The safety that hit him. The hell was his name?
Was it Von Bell?
Yes.
Von Bell?
It was Von Bell.
Bro, I remember watching that game, and I was like, you know what, Juju, you deserve that. Straight up.
But we turned the ball over, didn't we?
I think we did.
It was like...
Bro, Juju needed a smack in the mouth because, like, how would you feel if somebody danced on the logo?
I'd hate it.
It doesn't matter if it's for a TikTok. It's like, well, one, I don't like the idea of, like, okay, let me get to the arena. Let me get my phone out or camera and make a TikTok on this team's logo. I just find that to be stupid.
I agree.
Like, especially if it's a primetime game. It's like, bro, you got a football game to focus. Fuck your TikTok, okay? Fuck TikTok in general. Let me just say that.
Swear, Joe.
But it's just like, even then, back then, I never understood that philosophy or that mindset. I still don't at all.
When was the last time you saw Juju make a TikTok?
I don't follow him on TikTok, so
Me neither.
I never seen a Juju TikTok since then.
Well, what I'm saying is I haven't seen a Juju clip go anywhere on social media.
It definitely seems Juju learned his lesson, and good on him for that. Because I haven't seen anything.
All I'm gonna say is yeah, when he did that, I mean, screw the Bengals, you know what I mean? But it's also like Jeremy Hill messed with my towel, and he clearly got his justice because I mean, look at the wild card game.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, don't mess with my towel, but haha, we're gonna dance on your logo.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, how many times did the Bengals mess with our towel?
Oh, plenty.
That could have been fair game.
Plenty.
Depends on how you look at it. Keep 3 tight ends, move Darnell and Tunyon. Then you gotta keep Nowakowski. So what you listen? You listen at tight end, or you listen as a running back. And yes, TikTok is 1,000% brain rot. I hate it. I think it is terrible for this generation.
Yeah. Like we post our shorts on there, but I don't use it. I don't scroll through it at all.
No, I don't. No,
I got the app. It's for our TikTok, which was it Steel Twins _. I should really memorize that.
I think that's how much I care about TikTok.
I feel like
I don't care.
Steel Twins _ at TikTok if you guys want to follow.
Yeah. We're never on
Cheap
there.
plug-in.
We're never on there. I'm telling you right now. We are never on there. I hate it when my nieces and nephews are on there. I'm like, why are you watching that? It is literally like Fox D. Trot said, it is brain rot. It is terrible. It is making this generation more stupid. Like the stuff I see on there, it's like, you are a grown-ass person paying bills in this country, and that's the shit you put out online.
I don't find it to be entertaining.
Who functions like that?
I don't find it to be genuine, creative
And then we
content.
got these kids that watch it, and they think it's cool, and they try to implement it, and it's like, no, that's not how someone should function. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
I'm getting into a side rant here.
We don't like TikTok.
No, I don't. IG
we
reels are better.
were always Vine dudes. We grew up on Vine.
Yeah, Vine, you had to have creativity.
There's a lot of people grew up on Vine.
That was my brain rot. But all I do is reference it every day. But I don't think I'm stupid. Am I silly? Am I goofy? Yeah, definitely. But I don't think Vine rotted my brain. Anyway.
It gave us memories.
Yes, it did.
It gave us memes, man.
Yeah, IG rolls are better, easy. Yeah, for sure. Didn't TJ Who's Your Mama wipe his feet with a towel? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and that's why they lost. That's why they lost in the wild card.
Yes.
To the 6th seed, 05 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who are on the road.
Yes, and I'm aware Carson Palmer, he got his ankle rolled on. Not that it was done on purpose.
It was not done
It
on
was
purpose.
not.
It wasn't.
He did not do that on purpose. Would have been a different outcome if he played. I don't know. Because keep in mind that same play he connected deep on a big play. So I don't know. But hey, don't mess with Myron Cope. Don't mess with the curse and the spirit of Myron Cope. There's been 2,000 many examples of when you disrespect the legend and the legacy of Myron Cope, you're going to get the repercussions.
Yeah. Just ask Jeremy Hill.
Listen, I don't make the rules around here. It's just, that's like spiritual science or something. I don't know. Now, Kowski fullback and tight ends 3 running backs. Eli looked too pedestrian to me, and Caleb is a bust. Eli, I got to see more out of him, but I thought he was pretty fluid in terms of his movements. Like, I think his feet move very fast.
Yeah,
I think he's got that burst ability. He just needs more opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, Eli, he wasn't a highlight last week, but I don't think he was, like, bad. I thought he was all right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do want to see more of Eli, and Caleb is a lost cause.
Yeah, Caleb's done. In fact, there'll be a new poll in the chat.
Is Caleb Johnson a bust? Is Caleb Johnson done? How many drives does Caleb Johnson get?
That's probably for tomorrow. I will definitely reserve that for tomorrow.
All right.
The new poll is there any hope for Caleb Johnson? Yes or no? Do it for the Vine. I ain't going to do it. God, this generation don't know nothing about that, do they?
No, Danny. They are confusion.
That was 12 to 13 years ago.
Yep. Anybody know what 9 plus 10 means?
21.
We could be here all day.
I'm not. Yeah, you got that right. Faneca got one back for us that game, if I remember. He did.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
Well, Faneca did more than deliver in that Super Bowl, too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Roman's great blocking skills. He was supposed to have Ward's skill set. That's Jeremy Bernard's now.
Pretty much.
Roman is too small.
Now,
He could be more like a Tyler Lockett.
It's not bad. Not bad. It'll do.
Well, minus the receiving, or not the receiving, minus the return ability.
Yeah. What?
I mentioned Tyler Lockett. Does anyone remember the Wilson connection?
That never happened.
No shit.
That never happened.
But God, man, I tell you what, that really had me excited. Roman Wilson, Russell Wilson, the Wilson to Wilson connection that never happened.
No.
Never
Not at all.
Never got past the first week of training camp.
It was never meant to be. It never happened.
If you had to cut one starter from this team, who would it be? For the sake of the conversation, Dunker and Max are the starting right guard and right tackle to make it harder. Oh, God. If I had to cut one starter from this football team,
Huh. I really gotta think. Crap.
Rodgers. Who's the starter, Rico or Warren? I'm not cutting either.
No. You ain't cutting the receivers.
You could, actually.
What? No.
I'm not cutting them.
No.
Receiver.
That's the question.
I'll be.
Thinking about
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you.
If I had to cut one,
Rob, give your answer first, because I have my answer. I have my answer.
I'm thinking Patrick Queen.
Well, who are you putting in this spot?
Peyton.
Who's gonna be the green dot?
Peyton.
He's not ready for that yet.
I don't know. I'm just saying if I had to cut one.
I get your reasoning because his missed tackles need to hopefully come down.
Hopefully they come down, yes.
I was going to say Jamel Dean because I think Asante Samuel could start.
Okay.
I was going to say Jamel Dean.
Okay.
And I love the Jamel Dean edition. But if I had to pick one, probably Jamel Dean. It's okay when Spillane stonewalled Henry at the goal line. All was made right. Yes. And that was a hell of a play. Shout out to Spillane.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a great story. Given the defensive payroll, will we finally see a top 5 defense with a new DC in additions? We better. If we don't get a top 5 minimum top 10 defense, we got issues here.
Yeah.
The DC, the depth, the playmakers, all the money we got down there. I don't see a hole on our defense outside maybe the linebackers.
Defense,
That's just because there's a huge question mark still there.
Defense got to be top 10 at the very least. I accept nothing less.
I agree.
It's got to be top 10.
Same thing with offense.
Yep.
Maybe I'm asking too much, but
Top 15.
yeah, I can live
Top
with that.
15.
Watch Caleb take an 80-yard run to the hash tomorrow. I'm rooting for it. Believe me, I'm rooting for it.
That might be the slowest 80-yard run that you probably see.
Yeah, for sure. Fox D. Trot says, I'm hyped about Dalen Everett and hope he starts cornerback too. I think he's got that ceiling for sure.
Definitely down the road.
I liked him a lot coming out of Georgia. You know, there were a lot of people that weren't feeling it. I love Dalen Everett.
Really showing out in camp. Showing off his pedigree. And plus, he's no stranger to playing into the big games at that.
No, and he's
constantly.
He really matches. He matches who he's going up against because of his skill set and his measurables. He really matches against.
Yeah, he's
that.
got the ideal frame that you want in a cornerback.
That fits our division.
It
right
does.
then and there.
It does. If everything pans out, Everett's looking like one hell of a promising starter.
Hopefully. The Titans didn't win anything meaningful since stomping the towel. The curse is real. Yes, it is.
That's so true.
Remember the Jags? Remember Andrew Wingard and Rayshawn Jenkins, who's hilariously enough with us? They disrespected the towel when they beat us back in 2023.
And their season went down.
Collapsed.
Toilet.
Shout out to Terrell Edmonds. He got us a much-needed interception on that Titans
Yeah, go
game.
figure. Terrell Edmonds is the one to make a play in that game.
Yep.
Funny.
Love to see that. Where is he at, by the way?
I don't know, actually. I have no idea.
I really warmed up to him towards his final years. I really appreciated what he did with Minka. Do y'all think AB hit on the head messed him up?
Yes.
Definitely. It sped things up. Let's put it that way.
Sped things up.
Yes, it did. Wilson to Wilson defended by Peyton Wilson. We never got that.
Nope.
Never got to see it. That would have been one hell of a tweet or video. I kind of give everyone a pass that played under Canada and Smith. I guess you have to. Coaching was that bad. It was that bad, dude.
Just everywhere, dude.
Could still sign Bobby Wagner? Is he still a free agent?
He's still a free agent.
Wow. I wouldn't hate that. Obviously, there's no point because, I mean, what's he going to do? Split reps? No, he's not doing that.
No.
Like, he's just one of those guys, like, I don't think he's ever going to take a depth role because he's just that great of a player. He's that high in an IQ.
Well, he's done it for so long, for so many years, for both. No, he was a Ram at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Seahawk,
As weird
Ram,
as that
and Commander.
was. Yep.
Yeah.
In the open field, Najee has many angry run awards. Yeah, he does. That man, he had a hell of a stiff arm.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb should better than last year considering he was under Arthur Smith's offense. You would think, and again, you know, just
That,
like
I mean, that still could be the hope. It's just not looking promising. It's
not even giving him more than 5 reps
No.
on offense.
Not even 2 drives last week. That's why he's going to get it this week.
Jamie Carlos says it didn't help. That's for sure. AB hit. No, it definitely didn't help. Oh man, that definitely didn't help. I remember watching that game live. I remember vividly where I was, who I was with, which was obviously him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, God, that game was crazy. I thought, man, when Landry Jones came in and threw that pick to Burfict, I thought we lost. I was like, this is it. When Ben went down, he got carted off. Some jackass threw a beer at him.
Yep.
Landry Jones comes in, first play, interception. Vontez Burfict.
And I think that was after the AJ Green touchdown, to which Mike Mitchell essentially portrayed the greased up deaf guy. And then, the interception, I'm like, oh no.
But dude, when Landry came out, I had no faith. When Landry came out, I said, I don't trust this guy. I looked at Rob, I said, I don't feel good.
Oh, dude, I seen him drop back. I'm like, don't throw a pick.
He threw a pick. Then Burfict goes into the tunnel. They come out. Next play, Ryan Shazier saves us.
Yeah, the very next play, and I see the ball out. I'm like, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And of all people, Ross Cockrell picks it up. It was probably the best play he ever did as a Steeler.
For sure.
So, and then Ben comes out, bummed up shoulder, and then the whole drive from that point. The Burfict hit, AB's down, he's hurt, and then Peasy on the field, and then the flag's thrown, and then leads to a penalty.
Chris Boswell
kicks it, field goal. Pac-Man Jones is crying on the sideline.
I will never forget that game, man.
Nope.
I will never forget that game.
Nope.
Tyrone in the chat says, I'm getting very mad with these JPJ rumors. You ain't going nowhere. JPJ, the GOAT, pay 24. I agree. Pay him.
Pay the man.
Pay him. You can pay him. And I'm very appreciative of JPJ because I grew up in the post-2010 Steelers defense.
You feel pain thinking of those players.
I do. I can stumble on my
I'm
words
right there
now.
with you. I'm right there with you. Believe me.
It
Probably not as much, but like.
Well,
right
okay.
there.
Let's take you back in time. 12 years ago, 2014. It was Ike Taylor's final year. He got hurt versus the Panthers, fucked his arm up, and then we had to deal with William Gay outside when he was a slot corner. Yeah, he had 3 pick sixes that year. Shout out to big play Will Gay. But we had Will Gay, who was the best corner of that year, by the way. We had
Not really saying much.
Did we have Cortez Allen that year?
I think he might have been on the team, but he was always fucking injured.
Who else do we have?
Swearjar, I know.
Antoine Blake, who saw a bigger role in 2015 for some reason.
Because we had nobody else.
Ross Cockrell.
That was like 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Boykin.
When we traded for him from the Eagles.
He barely played. Brandon Boykin. Artie Burns.
Didn't we have B.W. Webb at one point?
Yeah.
That was another
Connie
name.
Sensible. This is just corners, by the way. I'm not even talking about the safeties. The safeties post, Troy.
Shamarko Thomas, of course.
Will Allen.
Robert Golden.
Robert
Who was a good
Golden.
special teams guy, but not a starter.
Jordan Dangerfield.
Good special teams player, not a starter. We
Mike
had
Mitchell.
We had who was that one cowboy?
JJ Wilcox.
Yep, JJ Wilcox.
He wasn't here long.
No.
Yeah, dude, it sucked. This is why I'm so appreciative of JPJ. God almighty. Yeah, God, that sucked. I don't miss those years, bro. I really don't.
Diarrhea poop. Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
It wouldn't be a stream without a Billy Maher diarrhea poop. $3 super chat said that 5-minute long Will Play Gay celebration was peak. Yes, it was.
It was. Yep.
That was great. Antoine Blake did not ball for us. He got a pick 6 versus the Chargers. He got an interception versus the Colts in the same game that Ben got 6 touchdowns. That was it.
That was it.
He got a pick 6 versus the Bengals one year in the end zone.
Did he?
Yeah.
That wasn't a big 6.
It wasn't a pick 6. I'm saying it's an interception.
Oh, okay.
That's it, bro. This guy sucked. Valentino, Antoine Blake, whatever you want to call him.
Dude, he was
trash.
He was terrible.
Bro, he was trash.
He was terrible.
He was so bad. Doug Baldwin still has his name plaqued over his fucking fireplace for this touchdown, for the game he had versus the Seahawks in 2015.
You can tell by the amount of swear jars. Like, we did not like that 2010
I am
defense.
scarred from that time.
We didn't.
Because we had the Killer Bees, the most dominant offense, arguably, we might have ever had the worst defense we may have ever had.
It's bad timing.
And then by the time we get a good defense, our offense sucks.
Only for the front office and the team to not really try to upgrade the defense at all.
Yeah, I remember that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Antonio, is E-Rob playing tomorrow? Is Elena Roberts playing tomorrow? You can already feel his energy on the field.
Yes.
Like from what's being said online by Steelers media and stuff, like he's really starting to chip it up with some of the offensive linemen. He's really bringing that edge and that physicality and that boom to the linebacking room.
That's era, bro.
That is
He's
era.
physical. He brings a natural. He sets a tone.
He never should have left.
No.
Would you rather have a cornerback room already burned or a wide receiver room full of Dante Moncriefs?
At least already Byrne made a play here or two.
Dante Moncrief.
Yeah.
Dante Moncrief was one of the worst receivers in Steelers history, and he played for like 4 games.
I think he's the one that really cursed 11.
At least Artie Burns had a decent rookie year, so I would say Artie Burns. I would rather have a cornerback room with Artie Burns. At least he had a decent rookie year. That was the peak of that selection.
Yep.
Dante caught 1 pass, but it didn't go long.
He dropped 3 passes in that Seahawks game when Ben went out. 3. One of them led to an interception that Mason threw.
Yeah.
Cost us the game.
We did have Patrick Peterson. Oh, God.
Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah, that sucked.
Don't forget Darius Slade.
Darius Slade just last year.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
The Jags should have beat that Patriots team back in the AFC Championship game. Jags got robbed that year. Yeah, Miles Jack was not down. Miles Jack wasn't down.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was ridiculous. JPJ, is it safe for sore eyes for from a long time Steelers fan knowing defense backfield has been miserable for a long time? Yeah. Yeah, that's why I want JPJ to stay, man. Once you actually get a gold mine of a player like that after going through such poor play from so many, you want to hold on to that, which is why I'm so appreciative of Minka. Still am. Will he play tomorrow? Because he's with the Jets. I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow.
No, I'm not sure.
Will we do another Madden video? God, it's been years. I don't even play Madden no more. I don't. I don't play video games in general no more. I just don't got the time or the desire.
Yeah.
GTA 6 is going to take up much of that time, but I don't play video games. I don't. So I can't give you a yes or a no.
Well, like, I don't play sports games. I used to as a kid. I don't. I just really fell off.
That's my thing.
I mean, sports games fell off in general. Like, it's literally the same stuff every single year. No different. It's like Call of Duty. And I used to be a big Call of Duty player. I just can't because it's always the same. And plus, the maps every year, from what I hear, they're not really all that creative or that different.
Really?
From what I hear.
I could never get into it. After Black Ops 2, I could never get into it.
Well, your aim was bad, let me tell you that.
I am a terrible Call of Duty player.
And even in zombies, the many times this man went down.
Shut up.
I'm just saying. You tried. Listen, at least you tried it. But no, I just can't get into Call of Duty anymore. I just can't. If I'm playing the game, it's going to be something that's very heavily story-driven, something horror-based and whatnot, with some good story at that. Maybe adventure sort of style. That's kind of more of my genre of what I look for to play.
That makes sense.
Basically, Resident Evil.
Well, yeah, you love your horror. I mean,
I'm a horror fanatic.
Well, so am I.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
As much as a horror fanatic,
you can't play a horror game,
I can't.
though.
No.
Why?
I'm too much of a bitch. That's why.
At least you admitted it.
I can't.
It's not that bad.
All right. Just don't involve spiders.
That's kind of hard. A lot of the games have that.
I know. That's why I don't play them. I don't trust nothing.
Bro,
This is why I have trust issues.
You freaked out when you saw me play Fallout 4 and then a freaking mutated cockroach just flew to the screen.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Maybe I'm just a pro at it. Maybe I'm just used to the scares.
I'll stick to my sports games that I haven't played in so long.
Well, have fun with that.
Oh my God. Tyrone Carter. Yeah. Tyrone Carter. Carter.
Tyrone Carter was a solid depth piece back then.
Do we have Jarvis 2.0 in Commanders bust Jamin Davis? If Jarvis Jones ever saw a resurgence in his career, sure. I think Jamin Davis can definitely be like the 5th edge guy. Kind of like what Jeremiah Moon was for a while, where we just elevate him from the practice squad and put him in for game day. Because our edge group can't stay healthy at the same time.
Yeah.
So keep him around. elevate him, and then bam, put him at the fourth edge piece.
Yeah,
when we need
I
him.
think, especially if Davis keeps it up from what he did last week. He had a good game last week, so if he keeps it up, I mean, I feel like it's a good fit for him.
Jordan Shepard says, if we were a cornerback factory, I'd say let JPJ go, but we might be the worst in the league at drafting corners. I agree. We have waited 10 plus years to find someone like him. Don't let him walk. Don't trade him.
No.
This Jordan Schultz, I'll put up again for those that don't know. This Jordan Schultz post. Yeah, no, this ain't happening. Teams are calling for JPJ. Yeah, no. We're not doing that.
They'll call. They may listen. They ain't going to pull the trigger.
No.
They shouldn't.
It's not going to happen. Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, Artie Burns is still playing. You're right. Yeah, shout, man, good for him.
He's still sticking around. Yeah, he's a good special teams player.
I mean, he's a bust for us, but he's still making money.
Good for him.
I mean, considering his story, he had to really take up the responsibility of his brothers.
Yes.
I mean, credit to him. Seriously, sticking around and still finding a role somewhere. I mean,
He's holding it down in the league. Yeah.
absolutely.
Good for him.
What do y'all think is the issue with the JPJ contract? Definitely guarantees, but it's also, I think they're playing the game, or JPJ's playing the game where he's like, let me let all these contracts hit so I can make the most that I can. Same thing with Gonzalez. Gonzalez is doing the exact same thing. They both deserve it.
Well, because they understand and they know how important that they are to their respective teams.
Yeah.
They know the importance and the impact that they bring. Like, you remember that Super Bowl with the Patriots? Gonzalez was literally the player of the game for the Patriots.
Sure was.
That man stood out in that game.
It's like it versus the Texans in the playoffs. JPJ was the player of the game.
Yeah.
He only got stood out. Everybody took an off day. He didn't.
No. That's right.
Dry says, any random games you guys go back and watch? Steelers versus Panthers, 52-point game for me. Yeah, that's, oh, man. 2018. Was that 2018?
2018. That was literally at the peak of the Steelers' win streak before they collapsed that season.
That was without Bell, by the way.
Yeah, that's when we had Connor at running back.
Man, that was such a good game.
Yeah, it was AB's last year.
Oh, God. TJ Watt really made his name in that game, but that hit on Cam.
The hit that ended
Oh, that
Cam
was
Newton.
dirty. That was not dirty.
It wasn't dirty, but that was the hit that ruined Cam Newton's career. I can't deny that. After that hit, Cam he was never the same.
Games I go, yeah, that's, oh, God. I haven't watched that game back in a minute.
That game, I have not.
I'll be real with you, man. Every now and then we'll go back and watch the Ravens game from last year where Luke missed a field goal.
I've lost count how many times I've seen that, just that end sequence alone.
Yeah. Well, that's just a more recent example. Ben's 6 touchdown game versus the Colts.
What about that Broncos game, regular season 2015?
That one too.
Yep.
Those were the only team that year to get 30 points and 300 yards on that Broncos defense all year.
Yep. That's right. That's just how dominant that offense was. Nothing like
it. Was that good. It was that good. God, what else? I mean, there's not really much anything recent I can think of. Nothing from the 2017 year, really. And that was the year we really should have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say that mostly, yeah.
One game I do want to go back and watch is that Patriots game 2018.
That's another one.
That's got to be one.
Yep. Joe Hayden got that interception.
Just to look back at the game and get a feel of it and just hear the environment and the roar of the crowd when Hayden gets the pick.
Yep.
And then the roar of when the game ends right there when Brady doesn't complete a pass.
Dude, the amount of plays that have occurred for this franchise is endless.
Mm-hmm.
That Joe Hayden one should always be included.
Yeah.
Because, listen, I ain't going to lie to you, that was my Super Bowl that year. We didn't make the playoffs. That was an awful year. I don't know how we lost to the Raiders the week before. But that was my Super Bowl that year because for years we could not beat Brady. And for it to be in Heinz Field towards his final years as a Patriot, I know he blew us out in week 1 of 2019. I don't care about that.
But you also got to recall the previous year was that infamous Jesse James catch.
It was redemption.
So exactly, that's what it was. That was just the story arc going into that game. Was that redemption? The Steelers needed their revenge there.
Yep.
And they got it.
For sure.
I'll never forget it. Never.
Us being bad at drafting corners might be the thing of the past. Omar isn't that bad at them. No, he's not.
Yeah, this isn't Kevin Colbert no more.
You know, I just think Tomlin didn't know how to evaluate
which is funny
a corner.
I mean, the guy was a defensive-minded coach, so it's like that's your marquee label. Like, what are we doing here?
Tomlin and Colbert fed off each other. Like, I think to this day, they don't trust anyone more than themselves, than each other, rather.
Pretty much.
So when it came to the corner position, they sucked.
Yeah.
They sucked. They got JPJ, and it's like, finally, we got one.
Yeah.
Carson Carpenter says, I miss Troy, man. That hair was the best. My favorite part about Troy was when he would just jump over the line and sack the quarterback. Yeah, his
timing, dude.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the New England Patriots? Respectfully, I think they're overrated. I think they were very overrated, and they had an easy schedule last year. But I do think Drake May is a good quarterback. I think y'all got the guy for the future. Y'all finally got him a good receiver in A.J. Brown. It's not a long-term fix. That's the one thing y'all still got to get down. You got to get down to a long-term fix for him.
Well, they're throwing a lot of money at the receiving room. Not only at A.J. Brown, but they gave the bag to Romeo Doubs, too, in free agency, if you remember.
I'm not threatened.
No, neither am I. I'm just saying, like, they're throwing a lot of money in investment at the receiver, which is something that May needed because he didn't have any targets last year.
I mean, it's better than last year, but it's not like, oh, I'm scared.
Is it going to wow them?
Bro,
No.
if you put them up against our corners, they ain't doing shit. I'm being real with you.
No.
A.J. Brown ain't the same guy. And Romeo Doubs is someone I liked and wanted, but I'm not, you know what I mean? Like,
well, the problem with New England is they need to work on that O-line. They need to work on the O-line.
Will Campbell with his T-Rex arms. That defense is good, though. That defense is real good. When fully healthy, that defense is legit. I'll give you all that. If we had to trade JPJ, we'd at least get a first one. We would. But I don't want that to happen. I'd rather keep him.
Yeah, if Khan's going to get rid of JPJ, his asking price is going to be high, and I don't think any team's going to be willing to sacrifice a lot.
Tyrone says, what's 3 players y'all are excited to see tomorrow? Well, the very easy thing to say would be Will Howard, Drew Allar, and whatever. I'm going to go a little outside the box here. I'm going to say Roman because I want to see him actually make some plays. I'm going to say... Let me
Really thinking here.
No, because there's a lot. Roman's 1. I want to see more of Asante Samuel tomorrow. And then I guess I'll put Will Howard.
Okay. For me,
Well, you know what? Roman, Lou Nichols, Will Howard.
okay. For me, I'm going to say I might go all defense here, really. I'm going to say Asante Samuel Jr. I'm going to say Robert Spears Jennings. And I'm going to say Gabriel Rubio.
I like that. And honorable mention Drew Allar. I just want to see if he can take that next step.
Yeah. Because, like, I could say Howard. I could say Allar. I could say Bernard, right? Even Caden Weegan. I'm trying to go outside the box like Dan did here.
Dolph says Ravens versus Steelers when AB reached for the end zone. That game was so amazing. Yeah, that Christmas game. Xavier Grimble, remember him? He scored the first touchdown of the game. Yeah, that was the immaculate extension. Yeah, I remember that. What's y'all's favorite Troy play? The pick 6. That's an easy one.
It's the one that made me a Steelers fan, bro.
That's an easy one.
No question.
Snap good, hold good, the kick no good. It's wide right. Yeah, I can still hear the commentary.
Yeah, it's an infamous call, dude.
Something that's never going to leave you. The Ravens missed 2-point drop from Andrews. Yeah, the 2-point conversion they tried. And there was pressure from Watt, I think. Andrews dropped it. Not the first time he dropped something for the Ravens. God, I'm surprised they kept him. I could have sworn he would have been a trade candidate.
They actually extended him this offseason.
I would have. Man.
Ain't he like 30-something?
You think Joe Burrow going to shine this year? Been a while. Yeah, if he stays healthy, absolutely. When healthy, he's a top 3 quarterback. They need to protect him. unless they're playing
Are
the
they
Steelers.
are they even doing that?
No. He got hurt last year, remember?
I do remember.
Messed up his wrist. Still to this day,
He got sacked last week.
I know he did. Why is he playing?
All right.
Zach Taylor, why is Joe Burrow playing? The hell are you doing?
By all means, do what you want to do, Cincy.
It's like they're going to get him killed out there. It's like Colton Andrew Luck all over again. Still to this day, that Jesse James catch was a catch, and I think that game not being a catch, it caused us going to the Super Bowl that year. Yeah, it definitely cost us, especially when it comes to the playoffs. We wouldn't have faced the Jags, that's for sure.
Well, we should have beaten the Jags regardless, but like, it's that butterfly effect. It happened there.
Right. JPJ ain't top 5. Witherspoon, Gonzo, Stingley, Pat Surtain, McDuffie, Ward, and Horn. I don't think Ward and Horn are better than JPJ. Respectfully. McDuffie's questionable, but according to stats last year, JPJ had a better season.
Yeah.
Top five corners in the league, in my opinion.
Let's ride.
Thank you. Shout out to It's Cold for being on stage. What's up, Cold? Top 5 corners. PS2, Derek Stingley, Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah, I can't forget it.
And then I will give it to Quinion Mitchell. And then JPJ 6.
I think that's acceptable.
I'll give it to them. But I think that's not a bad spot to be.
No.
He's definitely top 10.
It's top 10.
In my opinion.
That's top 10. I think he belongs in that discussion.
That's just me, though. I know there's a lot of people that might disagree. They might put him a little lower, maybe a little higher. I think that's a good spot for him. And considering the cornerback market, just pay the man. Have you guys ever bumped into fans in real life? Yeah, many.
Specifically in Pittsburgh, yeah.
We
during the draft.
Yeah, we bumped into about like 24 of y'all in Pittsburgh, bro. Yeah.
It was honestly more than I anticipated.
Dude, we ran, hold on, I'm trying to think. We ran into fans at work. We ran into a fan at the grocery store. The one Friday Night Lights show, we ran into a fan there.
Yep. It was literally as soon as we walked in, too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Cool. It was pretty cool.
Trying to think where else. A couple times at Heinz Field in recent years, but none more than when we were in Pittsburgh, dude. We still have the list here.
Yep.
We saw at least 24 of y'all.
Yeah, we were just walking about and y'all recognized us and we said, "Hey, what's up?" You know?
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
Real awesome.
I want to see the O-line better this week and special teams blocking for Weegan. Yes, I agree. We need to see Weegan actually get some breakaway runs. Training camp, yeah. Hold on, did we? No, that was Friday Night Lights.
That was Friday Night Lights.
Well, technically training camp. Cole's right. Technically, it was training camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, JPJ is better than Denzel Ward. At this stage, yeah, I mean, he's 29 years old and he's allowed like 3 touchdowns the last 5 years straight. JPJ hasn't allowed touchdowns since coming to the league.
Nope.
That's all I need to say. 2008 was a special year because, let me see that again. 2008 was a special year because my who is 18 was born in 2008. There you go.
Oh.
Great year all around, right? Surtain, Stingley, Porter, Gonzo, Witherspoon, Mitchell. Yeah, I put Porter at 6. Love my Steelers, but I think the Texans are the best team in the AFC. That defense is just nasty. It is. Well, what the hell happened to CJ Stroud?
I can't really say Texans are the best team in the AFC. CJ Stroud has really been dumpster fire.
That defense is great, as is the Broncos. I would argue the Broncos have the best team.
A healthy Bo Nix, you can make that argument.
They got Jalen Waddle.
I forgot they oh my God.
They traded for Jalen Waddle.
I forgot they did that.
If Bo Nix doesn't get hurt, they're going to the Super Bowl. Broncos have the best team.
Oh, dude, the AFC Championship should have been the Texans versus the Broncos. A matchup of literally the best defenses in the AFC conference alone.
Yeah.
Probably the entire NFL. CJ Stroud was just so bad versus the Patriots. The Patriots never should have made it as far as they did.
No.
They lucked out because Stroud was that bad, and Bo Nix got hurt facing the Bills.
Correct.
Only for them to get their ass beaten by Seattle, who was freaking healthy.
Hey, we gotta save some coins for tomorrow.
Oh, we'll be fine. Wait. We're gonna yell during the preseason?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
It's football.
I don't remember doing that a lot, much last week, really.
What is the hardest game to watch? Or what was the hardest game to watch?
Still say that.
The 49ers week 1 game, 2023.
There was a good bit, actually.
The Texans game was a week 3, week 4, 2023.
Week 4.
That was bad.
The Cardinals
any
game.
of the Patriots blowouts. Pick one of the 17.
The Cardinals game. Same week was the Patriots game. A lot of 2023 games, really.
2023. Yeah.
How the hell did we get 10 wins?
Oh, the Tebow game.
Yeah.
I remember that finish vividly. Where I was, who I was with, what happened right after. Yeah.
That Browns game. Yeah. The wild
the
card.
playoff game versus the Browns. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hardest game to watch.
See, Cole said it right there. That Browns playoff loss still makes me vomit.
Yeah, I would have to say that. Yeah, we were live with Cole for that.
Just the first play alone really set the tone.
It was bad. It was bad, dude. Like that was some awful. Dude, they were up 28-0 in the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
Like what? And this is a team that didn't beat us in Heinz Field since 2003 at that point.
Regular season wise, they still haven't.
Yeah, but that's their lone win since then.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, that might top it.
1994 AFC Championship for me. We had the best defense and we couldn't cover the tight end.
Was that the Chargers?
Think so.
And that the Chargers lone Super Bowl
That was
too?
like 5 years before my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the desperation Ben had made. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, yeah, he threw a lot of yards and all that, but that's because of all the interceptions he threw to put us in that spot.
We were down 28-0. He had to throw.
Yeah. Yeah, that rest in peace to Demarius Thomas, but God, Ike getting burnt on that TD is just.
I remember after the play.
I was like 11 or 12 when that happened.
I remember after the play, we were watching it with our older brother. He didn't even let the play finish. He just knew.
Well, no, once he went across the goal line, he turned the TV off.
I thought he did it beforehand.
No, it was right after.
Okay.
He's bitching at the TV. He crosses. You see Tebow. You see Elway celebrating. He turned the damn TV off. We played video games all night.
It was just silent. It was a silent night.
Oh, he didn't talk for like 2 hours.
How can you? You let Tim Tebow just do that. Need I say more?
Yeah, not fun. Not fun for a 12-year-old. Was I 12?
2012, yeah. No, 13. 2012 season, you 13 January.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not fun. Not fun, chat. No. Some of y'all might not have been born for that.
That was our like real first heartbreak.
Some of y'all might not have been born for that. And it's crazy because that was 14, 15 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Bro, think about that. Kids born around that time are about to drive. What?
4 months' time.
We got nieces and nephews that are already working. We got some that are about to drive. Like, what the hell's going on?
One of our nieces just started working.
I know.
This week.
God almighty. We should have got Baker. We should have got Baker Mayfield, man. Was he was traded or was he a free agent? I can't remember, but they should have took a shot at him. He was traded from the Browns to, I think, the Panthers. And then I believe he was cut and then signed by the Rams. and then took a 1-year gamble on the Bucks, and that's where
I think at that point for Baker, I mean, he was not in the right mindset whatsoever. Like Baker, where he is at now, wasn't there when he left the Browns.
Well, at that point, I mean, I think we had Kenny at that point, unfortunately. And let's say Tomlin said, hey, Baker, come on in. Baker's not as good as he is right now.
No, he's not. So I don't think it would have worked out within that time.
Yes, that was the first snap of overtime. Yep. One snap, one shot, one kill. The one hitter quitter. Yeah, it's Big Take 91 says, no disrespect to Mason, but I think whoever plays the best in these next 2 games between Drew and Will should be the backup to Aaron this season. That's a good way to look at it.
It is.
That's not the wrong way to look at it, because frankly, yeah, if Drew is outperforming, that's the guy you trust in case, God forbid, anything bad happens, right? It's a good way to look at it. Most likely he'll just redshirt, which isn't a terrible thing because it's what he needs. But
ideally, that's what you would want.
If he is the better backup, it's just like, hey, we're gonna go this direction. Nothing's locked. You know what I mean? The only thing that's locked is Allar's spot in terms of like backups and whoever makes the roster behind A-Rod.
Quarterback depth. Allar's
like,
not going anywhere.
Yeah. Why we never tried to get Baker is baffling to me. My only reason is because we had Kenny, and they believed in Kenny.
It's always next year.
For some odd reason.
Always next year.
I will absolutely vouch for Baker if he has another great year, which I think he will, because look at the weapons he has. Yep. I think he's going to have a great year. I think the Bucs are going to let him walk, and I am going to definitely preach for the Steelers to sign Baker. That could change 4 months from now.
That
but
is
that's just
if
how
all goes according to plan for Tampa Bay. Hopefully injuries don't derail what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Super 45 was that was a tough loss. Yeah. That wasn't fun. Man, that 2010 defense deserves so much better.
Yeah, it did.
God, man.
It did, man.
Ryan's in the chat, says, I hope Drew Allar has the same performance like he did against the Green Bay Packers. So let's hope he'll be fine versus the Jets at Heinz Field. Believe that. I believe that.
Believe that.
PGBVBY says, last time Steelers won a playoff game, I was in high school. I'm 28 now. I'll be 29 in January. Yeah, we just turned 27 like a week ago. So,
as adults, we haven't seen the Steelers win a playoff game.
No, we haven't.
Fun fact.
Yeah, dude. Like, I can't celebrate the Steelers playoff
We've
victory.
been adults for almost 10 years. Not one playoff win yet. Half our nieces and nephews have not seen the Steelers win a playoff game.
That's true. I just hope.
Actually, I think like more than half.
I just hope this is the year that can change. I hope.
That's all we can.
Another bad loss was Ravens playoffs. Yeah. The Ravens playoff loss with Russ at quarterback. Any of the recent playoff losses sucked, but they're all the same story.
Yeah. We've been through it, dude.
It's like after a while, we just got numb to it, you know? It's like we came to expect what we already saw. It's like one of those things like, I didn't predict the future, I watched the past, you know what I mean?
Hey, I seen this one. It's a classic.
I pray that's over. Like, McCarthy's recent playoff history doesn't speak, hey, this is going to change, but I pray it changes.
Yeah.
I really hope. Killer B Unbound says, I am frightened by JPJ trade rumors, and my friend who is a Pats fan said Gonzo and JPJ in New England. That's not happening. They're not paying 2 corners $30+ million. They're not doing that. JPJ's going nowhere.
Yeah, you're like, no. He ain't going to the Patriots.
JPJ's going nowhere. You ain't got to worry about that. Likely right. Yeah, we do got siblings. We have a lot of siblings.
We have our own family tree here.
Yeah. It's not like the bloodline, but we have a long bloodline.
Yeah, we got roots, dude. We got roots.
Fun fact, I was mad when we drafted Najee Harris because we needed an O-line in that draft, and Creed Humphrey was still there. Look at Creed now. Yeah. I was fine with Najee. I wanted Najee. But in the second round, when Creed's there, it's
Creed
like.
was there, yeah.
But listen, hey, I am more than happy with Zach Frazier. You know, they say good things come with time, good things come with patience.
That guy is my freaking center.
I'm not typically a patient person, but I am very happy to have Zach Frazier as the center.
I'm not going to lie. I am tempted to buy that man's jersey, but I want to wait till he gets extended. Sad
part is that first playoff win going to hit like crack in the 80s for us, man, dude. It's gonna hit like a Hogan steroid shot before WrestleMania 3.
Yeah. That's how he did it.
I always wish I grew up in the 80s, man, by the way. Side point, I really wished I grew up in the 80s.
80s or 90s.
Well, yeah, but let's kind of go hand.
Yeah.
I'm real cool and happy that I grew up in the 2000s and I experienced what I experienced, and I'm very fond of the memories and the things I cherish from but man, something about the 80s was different. I always said, man, I was an 80s child born way too late.
We grew up in the wrong time, brother.
Yep, sure did. It is, yeah. All right, call it. It's kind of, yeah. It is. It's a large family. Let's put it that way. Got a large family. By the way, the update on the poll: is there any hope for Caleb Johnson? 31% say yes. 69% say no. There's no hope.
No, he's gone.
Somber says he was born in 85. There you go.
Wow, look at that.
So you like experienced the 90s and all that.
Yes, he probably saw Super Bowl 30.
Cold.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
The family's so big, dude, we could have our own bloodline segments.
Let's be real. Okay, so if everybody showed up to the holidays, we're talking maybe 40-something people. Probably. In one house. We've done it before.
You might be right.
Can they trade Caleb? They can trade anybody.
Yeah. He's up for trade.
Somber, I disagree. I think he's done. He saw 5 offensive snaps and only 3 special team snaps. He saw 3 special team snaps in a preseason game where he could play all game if he wanted to, for preseason or for special teams only.
It's not looking bright for Caleb.
And I don't see what's his role.
And I think depending on his usage tomorrow, I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin.
You got Travis Homer, who's mainly a special teams guy, getting first team reps last week. You got Lou Nichols splitting with that. I don't see where he fits. I don't want to give up on him because this is someone I vouch for us to draft, but I just don't see where he fits.
And it's hard for Caleb to really make the most of his opportunities with how little of it he's getting. But it's not like the Steelers are really clamoring to give him the opportunities. Anyway.
Maybe I'm looking too much into the preseason snap portion of things, but when Travis Homer, who has very little offensive production in his entire NFL career and is more of a special teams guy, when he is getting the first of the running back carries last week and not Caleb, who's actually third on the depth chart, I don't know. That just speaks volumes to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm looking too much into the snap count.
I mean, like, logically, this kind of makes sense.
I mean, where's he gonna fit? What's he gonna do?
Waterboy?
Wasn't he taking return snaps in camp?
Yes. He wasn't returning the ball at all.
We'll see what he does tomorrow.
In preseason.
We'll see what he does tomorrow. All I'm saying is it ain't looking good. I could be completely wrong on that, but the optics of it don't look promising for Mr. Johnson.
That's just how I see it.
We'll see what he does tomorrow. Depending on what he does tomorrow will be a better indication. Because I still don't see Warren playing. I still don't see Rico playing. I don't think there's a purpose. So When is Caleb going to get time? Is Caleb going to get time with Will Howard? That's my question. Is Caleb going to get time with Will Howard? If he does that, then I'll start, kind of building the blocks up a little bit, thinking, okay, maybe I jumped the gun here. I'm hoping that's the case, but if the other running backs are getting more snaps and looking cleaner, what are they going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the only tie Caleb has from the previous administration that's still kind of here is Omar. And Omar don't like getting rid of his guys. So that might be the only saving grace for him. Maybe Omar just like, hey, I like all the guys I have. Like the only guys that they don't have no more that Omar drafted is Ryan Watts because he had a career-ending injury, and Corey Trice because my man couldn't stay healthy. Is that it?
That's pretty much it, yes. Everybody else is still sticking around.
Logan Lee stuck around, although he keeps getting hurt too.
He's on, ain't he on IR or PUP or whatever?
Yeah, his season's over.
Yeah. Everybody else still sticking around.
I'm pretty sure all the other picks are still. Spencer Anderson's still here.
Yeah.
Darnell, Herbig, all them got extended.
Yeah, all them still there, yeah.
Yeah, so I think,
It's only Ryan Watts and Corey Trice. Those two have not stuck around because they could not stay healthy.
Interesting. So, yeah, maybe that's the saving grace for Caleb.
It makes me worry about Dante Kent. He's still on the PUP.
Man, I was really hoping to see Dante Kent this year.
He's still on the PUP.
As the Harrisburg native, I was rooting for him.
I don't know when or if he gets taken off. It sounds like to me he's going to miss another preseason. He didn't play at all last year, remember?
I don't know.
That would suck.
Caleb has Doug freaking Nestor blocking for him. He does. And I don't know why he's getting reps so late. That's my question. Why is he getting reps so late? If he was a day 2 pick last year, why is he getting reps until...
That's why I say it doesn't look so bright for Caleb, because they're not even giving him the chance with the higher tier offensive lineman, the second team O-line. And being selected in the 3rd round last year, it's like they see more value in a Travis Homer or a Lou Nichols, especially. And they drafted Eli Heidenreich, which kind of was an indication of like Caleb Johnson. It's not secure. It's not safe at all.
I don't know. We'll see what he does tomorrow, but to not get more than 5 snaps in the first preseason game.
Yeah. One drive.
I just pray he gets more snaps this week. He's got to get at least 3 drives in. At least 3. Come on. Ain't no excuse this time around. We'll see what that holds tomorrow. But that is tomorrow. That is tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, technically, yeah, it is tomorrow because we're still over.
10 minutes from tomorrow, yes.
Yes, it is. With that being said, I think we're going to call it a... Yeah, Rubio did take Logan Lee's job, by the way. He did. Gabriel Rubio, man, I didn't know who the hell he was coming out of Notre Dame.
I think, I want to say, like, only Steelers fans that are Notre Dame fans at the same time knew who this guy was.
Right.
I didn't. Never heard of the guy up until he was selected. But honestly, he's been quite a surprise all summer. He's been doing well in camp, primarily playing nose tackle. Not hard to see why with his size.
Well, he's only going to play the nose for now, at least, and then, yeah.
He's doing well for a relative unknown, really.
Right.
So good for him. That's why I look forward to seeing what he does for tomorrow.
Steelers legend Tuzar Skipper. Yeah. I remember I was vouching for him to make the 53, and
he did.
Where's he at?
But he didn't stick around long.
Yeah, sometimes you get these preseason demons.
Remember Ola Adeni?
Ola Zukami Adeni.
Yeah, remember Ola
Damn,
Adeni?
that's what I heard in a minute.
Yeah. He was
Wow.
solid, though. He was solid, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Homer was supposed to rival Warren in pass pro and ran the fuck over. And is useless in the backfield.
Yeah, I think that was the first sack that they gave up.
I don't know why. I agree. He is useless in the backfield. He has very, very, very little offensive production. So what makes it? What made the coaching think, hey, he's gonna be good in pass pro? He's not.
No,
he's not. I'm not even sure how great Caleb is in pass protection.
Okay, so game on the line. You need a running back to block for you. Is it Travis Homer or Caleb Johnson? You got to pick one.
Probably Caleb.
Caleb? You sure?
Probably. Okay, just because I saw what happened to Homer last week.
Okay.
Unlimited
you know what I mean?
Diarrhea.
Well, both pass blocking is exactly that.
Had to do it. See y'all boys tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, we're going to call it quits. We're going to call it a night. We're going to call it a stream. Thank you guys for tuning in for us for this Thursday night. It's Thursday night, right? It is
Yeah,
Thursday
still
night.
Thursday night.
So these days mashed together. Yes, this Thursday night. Tomorrow we'll be live for the game, as you guys know. Can't wait to see y'all there. Hope to see y'all there. And it should be a good time. I'm very excited to see what Will Howard can do, getting mostly the first half. Drew Allar getting probably in the entire second half. A lot of the young guys. This is all about the young guys, right? Receivers, backfield, the defensive backs, the O-line. We need to see a lot more from a lot of these characters. So I'm hoping that we can build upon what the quarterbacks did while hopefully getting a little bit more better play from guys like Fatanu and Cook and cats like that, right? So it should be interesting to see how tomorrow goes. I'm very excited. Hope to see you guys there. Otherwise, on your way out, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for spending the night with us. Hope you guys had a great time. And with that being said, we're going to scoot on out of here. See you tomorrow for game day for the Jets. For Will Howard getting a big opportunity. Should be very exciting. For the first time in a long time. I mean, I was excited for preseason last week.
Yes.
But I think more so now knowing it's going to be focused on the young guys.
We have something to look forward to even more so for tomorrow night.
Yes. So tomorrow it's all about the young cats. So we'll see y'all then. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see you in the next one. Here we go, Steelers.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!